Time to get it. Time to get it. No further ado. It's bet time for all you Circle 7 group. It's bet time. Okay, nigga, I done reloaded in this zone now. Now let's hop right into it, goddammit. You know I ain't gonna play no games with you. See, round here, everybody gonna get their turn. I got all my children lined up outside in the line, and they all got to come in here and get their ass whooping. They all been bad. And I'm not letting you Circle 7 groups off the hook. Let's talk about it. And then what is the Circle 7 too? Let's get into that too. What the Circle 7 is, right? Let me go and break the symbolism down. Let your boy go and break that symbolism down. Let's pull it up. Boom. Here we go. I want everybody to look at this right here, yo. And let me get another mic check. Drop another one if me mic is good. Just to be sure. Let me fire up. Ooh, we finna get it in. Now watch this, y'all. Here what we looking at is the Circle 7 Quran, right? It's Noble Drew Ali's own version of the Quran. Now let me show you why Noble Drew Ali was called a prophet. Despite what anybody tell you, you know why Noble Drew Ali was called a prophet? Noble Drew Ali was called a prophet because he brought the gospel among and to his people. If you look at all the prophets of old, you know, because a few of those disciples went on to become prophets. They went on to become fathers of churches, those disciples of Christ. And there's always been this thing in religion to where you can become an ambassador for a big religious organization if you powerful enough. For example, right? Marcus Garvey was called the prophet, right? And what religious organization was he working for? I'm gonna see if y'all know. Put it in the chat room. What religious organization was the sellout and agent Marcus Garvey working for? Can anybody put it in the chat room? See if y'all know. I'm gonna see if y'all know. Yeah, Catholics and Jesuits. There you go. Y'all smart. I knew y'all would get it. The Catholics and the Jesuits. He was a Vatican Jesuit. He was on a mission to basically, in a time in America when blacks were being rebellious, he was the good Negro coming along to basically reteach them. You know, they always gotta get a token Negro to act like your rebellion is a result of your ignorance, not no result of injustice and inequality that's been and war being waged on your people. Your oppression, all that is because you need to go back to Africa. Marcus Garvey was the nigga that they got to tell you, hey man, quit bitching and complaining and just go back to Africa. And we never was from Africa. He was with his immigrant ass. So was Noble Drew Ali. All of these immigrants came over here trying to undermine FBA. And they still try to do it today when we ask for reparations. And I'm going to play a couple of those clips from Moors too, going against the reparations. And you know what, y'all? Let me show you how bogus it is. A lot of these guys would tell you you stupid because you don't vote, but you dumb for asking for reparations. So they got enough belief and faith in the white man system that they can vote and it has any kind of power and all that. And they believe that their freaking vote have a chance, but they don't believe you got a chance in reparation. And the fact of the matter is that no one's stupid. Neither one of us know what we ain't got no chance at all, whether it come from voting or reparations. It's just a fucking political argument at the end of the day. We'll be shocked if we get it. But what we are going to do is engage in the argument if the argument is being initiated by those in power. They ain't gonna just make money and control the narrative and conversation of reparations. See, there's the thing. A lot of haters out there, Pan-Africans, Moorish groups, and buckethead motherfuckers want to hate on Tariq Nasheed. They want to hate on FBA. They want to hate on this and undermine this foundational Black American thing. And guess what, y'all? We got to stay away from these folks because they ain't gonna do nothing but convince your fucking with them. You're gonna think that you're an immigrant and you're gonna become what I call a costume nigga. And we are fucking foundational, and everybody got a problem with the word black. I refer to that, brother. I refer to more Hebrew Israelite, Pan-African, and all that other goofy shit. Because guess what? Collectively, listen, we need to start somewhere. And we're not gonna start everybody saying I'm a Moor or I'm a Pan-African and all that shit. But you a black motherfucker and you in America, right? And if your roots go back to this land, foundational Black America. I don't even agree with the word black. I don't even like the word black. But you got to go under something that makes sense. If you can't just be divisive with every damn thing and don't shit else make sense but that. So check this out, y'all. I don't think we ever gonna get reparations. But goddamn it, I think that if they're initiating a conversation of reparations, we should control it. We should control that. If we don't get reparations, at least let us get the conversation of reparations that y'all initiated. We didn't even start it, but we gonna finish it. So my thing is, any groups out there got a problem with reparations, that's kind of the shit that Garvey was on. And that's that sellout boule shit. That's like anytime Negroes in America try to galvanize themselves as a group, you get this Catholic ass nigga, you get some bucket-headed ass nigga, some goddamn foreign-minded ass nigga, Noble Drew Ali, Arabian goddamn circus dancing ass, Spanish ass nigga, that try to undermine what the fuck we doing over here. And we don't be looking into they costume groups and shit. So I'm saying, dude, I'm rocking with any Aboriginals. I'm rocking with anybody that's bro. I'm finna show y'all why in a minute when I show you about all these groups. What we looking at on the screen right here, this the UNIA symbol that Marcus Garvey wore. And you know what that symbol is? The Jesuit cross, B. The man was working with the Vatican. You know why, y'all? Because it look better if a black man telling you, shut up, quit complaining. You can do something about your problem by going to work with brothers in Africa and doing all that. That's what Garvey was doing. When niggas in America started galvanizing, standing up and shit, Garvey started saying like, yeah, y'all niggas need to really build economics in Africa and shit like that. So I'm giving you the history of all these groups, though. I'm going to be very brief, though, because I already spoke on this. But all of these groups basically came to America during what's called the neo-pagan movement. And we're going to read some stuff. So here is Marcus Garvey symbol. And again, he was called the Messiah, a prophet, just like Noble Drew Ali. But what made these guys prophets to the elite? It was because during the most rebellious times in America, when a certain group of people were getting galvanized, they sent in one-man army that combated our movements. They became the alternative for whatever we was trying to do grassroots. And that alternative had the mainstream media behind it. So a lot of our grassroots brothers on this land was following Garvey for the clout. Basically, in a nutshell, what happened. Garvey was able to be one agent, one dude sent by the Vatican, and came to undermine a whole grassroots movement. One dude. See, when they put one dude in a uniform, have him march down the streets, put the camera on him, they don't need but one dude because they got the media power. And that group of that agent that they pushing gonna take off like Black Lives Matter and undermine anything that you got going. It's gonna serve as an alternative for what you got going. And that right there is where you spend time battling against this alternative versus us making a grassroots movement and focusing on the problems that's keeping us down as a people. We ended up spending all our energy battling this alternative that they sent. And that's how we always never get nowhere. I'm showing you how this shit works. And I'm going to drop the link. Let me explain something to you. Marcus Garvey had a movement called the Black Cross, where he was working with the Red Cross to get black people jabbed up. Oh my God! During a time when black people were saying, we don't trust Western medicine and we don't trust these folks. You know how today when we see the Juvenile song, girl, you look good, won't you vatch that thing up? You know, all of this stuff about the rappers telling you to get the jab. You get mad at the rappers, but you don't get mad at Marcus Garvey. Go look at what I'm saying. Go research it and see if I'm lying. Go research the Black Cross nurses. They was given a budget, right, to educate black people in America on medicine, as if we was dumb as fuck. That ain't that we was dumb and needed education. We needed trust. We didn't trust. You talking about the same people that was lynching us and beating us in the street during Garvey time, trying to get us goddamn. So it looked better for them to get a black man and some black nurses to go into the hood and do it for them. Go research what I'm saying, the Black Cross nurses. Y'all think I'm lying. It's a lot. Why don't y'all know about that though? You know why? Why wouldn't they want that public? We finna beat up all on them real quick. Think I'm lying. Look, y'all. You could go research this shit. The Black Cross nurses working with the Red Cross to fuck your ass up. And I ain't gonna say too much. But people, don't these people, ain't they dressed like witches? Like a religious order of witches? Don't they look like the KKK marching down the street? You better understand this, man. Marcus Garvey came over here, created his own goddamn religion and cult. That's why they call that nigga the Messiah. Everybody know if you're a black man in America and you got all this power that Marcus Garvey got, they gonna try to hang you and get rid of your ass. People say, well, that's what they did to Marcus Garvey. No, they didn't. They got shrines all over the UK for this man. Marcus Garvey got more shrines in his honor in the UK than Africa. Oh, my God. They call Marcus Garvey a Messiah for the same reason they call Noble Drew Ali a prophet, a Messiah, because these were imposters coming over here doing the work of the enemy. They were ambassadors on working on behalf of the goddamn enemy. Look at this man and look at what he got on. Don't look at what he wearing. Don't you know this is how the what you call it, the Knights Templars dress? Even Queen Elizabeth guards dressed the same way with them big ass hats on with the feather in it. This was the shit Garvey was on, bro. Chin strap, motherfucking feather helmet. And if you look at that symbol that he wearing, that's what I keep showing you, bro. Ain't no way around that symbol. The man was a Jesuit, B. He was a Jesuit. Now, guess what they was hiding, though? Let's go deep with it real quick, though. Watch this. Check it out. And y'all hit the like, share, donate button. Watch this, right? Here go Mercator map. Everybody know this is based on flat earth, right? Flat earth. We ain't gonna get too deep into flat earth. All I got to do, though, is show you the symbolism. Since the picture worth 1,000 words and the symbol is worth 1 billion pictures, I don't got to do a lot of talking. Everybody familiar with this map. This is Mercator's map. And one thing that you got to realize is, look, check this out, right? Here go your circle 7, B. You see that? That right there is Mercator's map. And the 7 that's in the middle is symbolic of completion, and it represents a hook or a fucking wormhole that's looping around. That's what the 7 is, a 90-degree angle. Santa Claus candy cane, North Pole, baby. I'm gonna show y'all something. When you look at what's going on at the North Pole, right? This whole thing about the circle 7 is because 7 mean completion. And see, the number 7 is a 90-degree angle. Like when you going up a staircase, each staircase is a 90-degree angle. And so you complete each 90-degree angle, it means completion. It's a step. That's why the 7th month was called Septo, September. And the word sept is the word step. But the word sept is also the word scepter, which is what the North Pole is, the scepter that you see the Lion of Judah holding. I'm going to teach you some deep stuff today about the North Pole. You see this red and white stripe? That's why we got the candy cane color. That represents let me show you. This here represents a vertical pole that's going up into the sky and creating a firmament dome all around our world. That's what this checkerboard, this stripy red and white is. So one thing you got to realize is when we look at Mercator's map right here and compare it to a wormhole, you will see what I mean. Let's get it. You see this wormhole right here? Now let's look at Mercator's map. And here is the vertical pole coming up. See, this is all based on the same concepts. Now, we just starting. We want to keep it simple. I don't want to go too far on you. Now, hold on. Now check this out. When we look at the circle 7, guys, what we're looking at, remember that the number 7 is the word severing. Something's being broken up right there. That 7 represents a severing where something is actually being, the word 7, you got to understand, I'm trying to break down to you going beyond the numerical value of the word so you can see the occult side here with the symbolism, 90-degree angle, and the etymology. Let's show you something real quick. That 7 is there because it's the circle 7 is really dealing with 7 circles. 7 circles, right, that we see here. But when we start to, right, look at this from a top-down view, let me show you what we get. Hold on a minute. See what I'm saying about it being broken up in the middle right here. Right here. See what this little tube is right here is what's breaking through all the 7 circles. But if you can look at this thing from a top-down view, you know what I'm saying? It'll be looking like something like this right here. But I said all that to say, why the number 7? Why the number 7? Let's look at the 5% nation symbol. Same thing. Black and gold, Freemasonic. Ra Cam, dealing with the sun god Ra. That's what I'm telling you about. All of these dudes took an oath and swore in that no matter what they doing, whether it be production, arts, acting, no matter what you doing, that you cannot raise the consciousness of humanity to a certain level. Like you got to keep it on the Abrahamic faiths. So when you look at any of these groups, they'll all lead you back to Allah, Christ, or some shit like that. They'll never lead you back to yourself. They're going to lead you back to a supreme God. Now, these Circle 7 groups act like they so enlightened, but they religious niggas, just like the Christians that they attack. They work everything in the name of Allah instead of the name of Christ. Now, if you look at the symbol of the 5% nation, it is an open cube, an open box. It's the same thing I'm showing you here with the flat earth and all that. If you look at the 5% nation symbol and look at the Jesuit cross, you can see the similarities. All of these groups is panning us back to Abrahamism, Abrahamic faiths. See what I'm saying? And then you got to think about this too. Noble Drew Ali was a circus minstrel in his time. A dude that literally performed for the circus, and you know don't know black folks own no circuses. So he was already under a contract with these folks to be a damn clown. Just like our entertainers today. They are what? All 5%ers and shit. Look at Jay-Z and all them. I don't care what you do in entertainment as a black person. It's all controlled by the gangs, the 5% nation, the Freemasons, all of these Circle 7 groups and shit. That's who give us our fashion trends and all that shit. The symbolism associated with these dudes and their videos on their album covers, artwork, and all that, we don't understand these symbols. We think we do until I start breaking them down. But see, all of these dudes were working with, like Dr. Ben was working with UNESCO. Why does all these 5%ers and niggas like to become Arabic as hell? Look at what he wearing. and Ali Bey, and they go to changing their names and shit. Like Noble Drew Ali. Listen, let me tell you something, man. Black folks in America, we don't do the Alis and Muhammads and shit. So I know that we know a boxer named Muhammad Ali. He can fight, but nigga, we don't fuck with your Islamic faith. See, I'm still a FBA nigga at the end of the day. All you Muhammadan, and Ali, boom by y'all ass niggas. Like Muhammad Ali went to Africa and shit. You know, and I ain't tripping on none of these niggas. I'm all about unity. But all I'm saying is, I'm about where my feet is at. Cause we'll fucking put our energy into foreign shit. And then anything a nigga try to do local, you shit on it. All these religions and religious groups out there are based on a foreign mindset. And anytime a nigga in America say, fuck all them groups, man, and get with his Aboriginal and his local shit, you get attacked by all of these groups at the same time. And we see who you are, man. All of y'all niggas dressed like your ass just got off a plane from Jalalabad, goddammit, Emirates and shit. And then, like, all of y'all costume ass niggas, son. And that goes for you rappers, too. And I'm gonna make a whole video exposing Jay-Z and all you niggas. Like, I don't understand, man. I don't understand you cult-minded ass niggas, man. Yeah, I want to smoke today. And I'm gonna drop the link. Yeah, never trust a nigga in a costume. Bucket hat, feather hat, Egyptian shit. Never trust a costume nigga. He gonna always try to undermine what you doing. Anything you bring up, look at Marcus Garvey with his costume on. This nigga was walking around with a goddamn sword on his goddamn belt. When niggas already got rifles and shit, son. Costume niggas. This man had a sword on his goddamn belt. Son, that's the shit that the Marines do. It's just for props. We don't train with swords today. It's costume shit. Somebody ruffled them feathers on his head. Hey, check this out, y'all. All of these groups want to pan your ass and look at divinely prepared by the noble prophet, Drew Ali, by the guiding of his father, God Ali, just like some Bible shit. All the prophets in the Bible was inspired and guided by God to write scriptures. And this man said he was guided, just like Malcolm X said that the spirit of Elijah Muhammad came to him in prison and shit. I fuck with Malcolm X, but dude, I don't fuck with none of this pseudo-ass, religious-ass, grown-ass men crying on their knees to the prophet. And I respect the prophet, and you ain't got no respect for niggas in front of you today. All of you Circle 7 niggas will be crying and got shrines for Noble Drew Ali, but you'll attack niggas and you don't want to work with the brothers right here with you today, like Tariq Nasheed and everybody else. You want to wage war against them, so we gonna wage it back, nigga. You costume ass niggas. I'm gonna show you why I don't fuck with these Moors, yo.
Mr. Al, to my right. Objection.
So, and they been getting niggas locked up with all they pseudoscience and shit. Got niggas thinking they can talk to the police and pull that game on them and get their ass locked up. Let's check this out.
This footage that I'm about to review here. I've been seeing this footage and I just haven't had a time to get to it until today. But you recently had a California Reparations Task Force meeting. They were letting people come up and speak. And one thing I cannot stand about a lot of people in our community is that we have too many people speaking when they should be sitting down. One thing I don't like also about our community is that we can't just be on code completely. Other groups, when they talk about giving them some checks, everybody shut the hell up.
Right. Shout out to Philip Scott, man. Shout out to that brother.
And they just had their hands out and they say, hey, when my check gonna be deposited? But this community, oh boy, it's always somebody to run off at the mouth, think they know something, can't sit down, shut up, let the people that know what they're talking about, or at least the people that's kind of versed in some of this, speak up at these particular meetings. No, everybody got to say something.
Right.
But I want you to listen to this. Some of you may have seen this already, but I want to give my take on it. But let's.
That's exactly what I was saying. Like when people go to talking about cutting the check and shit, we don't need you deep niggas. We don't need nobody talking this thing, prolonging it. Just a shit. This crazy.
Let's go ahead.
I think the reparations should be as follows. It's to be gifted to us with gold and silver bullion.
Gold and silver bullion. Oh, man, the moment that nigga said bullion, somebody should have threw a goddamn apple at his nose. Bullion, motherfucker. See, that's what I'm talking about, you bucket hat motherfuckers, man. This nigga think that it's Dr. Scrooge days around this bitch. Look at here. I think it should be gifted to us with gold and silver bullion. Bullion, bitch. Ah, man. Who asked you how should it go? I think it should be gifted to us in gold and silver bullion. Bullion? Oh, they ought to ban the word bullion after this, nigga. Nobody should be able to say bullion again after this, nigga. Hold on, I got to rewind this shit. I think it should be gifted to us in gold and silver bullion. Maybe bronze. We'll take a little bronze bullion if you have it, but either way, it needs to be bullion. But
time to get to it until today. Hell up. Somebody, people that's kind of, some of you may have seen this.
It's to be gifted.
To this. Some of you may have seen this already, but I want to give my take on it. But let's go ahead.
I think the reparations should be as follows. It's to be gifted to us with gold and silver bullion to, as I said before, my antebellum slaves and ancestors and their heirs. It should be measured in the amount of 1 troy ounce of gold.
oh my fucking, did this nigga just say Troy? Troy is an ancient city that don't even exist no more. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Next he gonna say, and it should come with 20 Spartacus swords. Your Honor, I'm also, Your Honor, I'm also asking that you gift to each man 50 chariots apiece. What the fuck? Hey, and the news ain't shit, cause the news put, look at what the news put, y'all. Look at the story that the news put. Resident. Read this shit. Forget cash, we want gold and silver bars. I think it should be gifted to us in gold and silver bullion. I also recommend 50 chariots apiece to every man that is an owner of a sword. I also think you should weigh the gold by the troy pound. And we going, hey, that nigga about to say Spartans in about 5 minutes. God damn, bitch. We do not need you, Indiana. No, we don't need you goddamn ancient ass niggas. I'm all about the ancestors, but nah, bro. Fuck that. We don't need no nigga that's still talking about measuring some shit by the standard that they did in ancient Troy. You know, if you look at this nigga's movie collection, he got Bravehearts in his shit, son. You bucket-headed niggas need to sit down somewhere. Any black man that'll say the word bullion out of his motherfucking mouth need to have his throat squeezed right here. Bitch, don't you ever say bullying no motherfucking more. Embarrassing us in front of these goddamn folks. Sit your monkey ass down.
And silver per each antebellum slave.
Antebellum and shit. Oh, we don't need no nigga like this talking. Oh my goodness, Jesus Christ. Hell no. Oh, nigga, I bet, oh my God, no.
Is to be gifted to us with gold and silver bullion to, as I said before, my antebellum slaves and ancestors and their heirs. It should be measured in the amount of 1 troy ounce of gold and silver per each antebellum slave and
per each antebellum slave.
Their descendants according to the conditions of the mother for 16 generations. That equals 1,724 metric tons of gold and silver bullion. So
oh my God. Y'all niggas need to be lined up and we need to get switches and whip y'all ass with some braided switches is what we need. I can't believe that you niggas up here in them bucket hats talking about Troy weight and bullion and shackles and shit. Your Honor, if I may add, I think every man and woman should be given 10,000 shekels apiece, you know, per honor of St. Patrick, because we did have ancestors during the St. Patrick Crusades, Your Honor, and we got to remember to pick me. So I'm asking every man also get paid in 10,000 Druid shekels apiece, and it must come with a pot of gold and a pair of them little leprechaun shoes, Your Honor, please. You got to... I'm waiting on the nigga to go up there and say, Your Honor, one thing that he did not say is that every black man should get 10 stallions apiece. And the judge gonna be, you mean horses? Your Honor, not just any horse, Your Honor, but the best breed of stallions, Your Honor, please. You niggas is up here motherfucking thinking that it's goddamn the year 1400 and shit. Oh my fucking God, no.
Okay, so this fella is talking about we need to be given gold and silver bullion.
Philip, hey, Phil Scott, Phil, you stupid nigga. Phil's so stupid.
Sir, do you have any gold now? Do you know the price of an ounce of gold? Do you know the price of 1,700 metric tons of gold, which is about $97 million, actually? No, I'm sorry, 97 billion. Correct.
And the sad part about it is, you know, it's a corner of niggas over there with a bunch of red bucket hats on, and they standing in the huddle saying, yeah, you think he gonna give us the bullion? You think we gonna get the bullion? And then you got a whole little niggas, a bunch of black dudes in suits and little red bucket hats over in a corner talking about bullion and goddamn chariots and shekels and shit. Yeah, man, I think we ought to ask him for the 10 chariots, Elder Shabbat. Elder Shabbat, you think we ought to ask? We could take it down to 5 bullion per family, you know? I'm just saying, at least give us the 40 acres and the mule. You know what I mean? And you should measure it by the troy pound, okay? If they don't want to measure it by the troy, then we can measure it by the, Ottoman Empire, the Turkish pound, son. You got a whole circle of niggas over there trapped in the 1200s. That's fucked up because got these folks trying to cut your ass a check, and it's a nigga up there talking about, Your Honor, fuck that money and fuck that check. I want 50 camels. Your Honor, I do not want no money, Your Honor. Please give me 10 cottages, Your Honor. And goddamn it, you know, little bullshit, thinking that they smart, man. A bunch of bucket hat niggas over there talking, I think he gonna give us the shekels. What you think, Reverend John? Reverend John, you think the bullion? He gonna bite at that boot. Yeah, I think we gonna get the bullion.
Right. $97 billion. Sir, if they gave you some gold bars, you wouldn't know what to do with it. Just be honest with you. The issue with this guy is saying the messaging should be cash payments. Outside of cash payments, we need an anti-black hate crime bill. Outside of that, we need financial protection in the banking system against discrimination. The bank should be disclosing how they're coming about giving loans to everybody. They should know how many, when black people are getting loans, what are the terms of these loans, that black people are signing versus white people. They should match exactly what.
Yeah, buddy, I want to watch some more of these Moors, man. They been getting niggas. Hold on, I don't mean to do this. I gotta watch this.
You may
shit.
not have heard of the Moorish Nationals, but police have members claim to follow Moorish science. It comes from a black religious group that's been around for nearly a century. Most of its members obey the law, but not everyone. Chip Reed looks at how some use their religion to justify the crime.
This 35,000 square foot mansion in an exclusive corner of Bethesda, Maryland, has 12 bedrooms, 17 bathrooms, and trees planted by President Clinton and Vice President Gore. On the market for nearly $6 million, it's not exactly a steal. So imagine real estate agent Jordan Feinberg's surprise when he...
I know you Moors ain't out here squatting and shit. Oh, let me find out that you bucket hat motherfuckers is out here squatting. It is going down.
Learned someone had moved into the vacant property.
Oh, no. Y'all Moors out here squatting, my nigga. Talking about bullying and shit. And you out here squatting. Nah, man, hold on. Imagine you show up back to your goddamn house, y'all, and it's a nigga like this come to the door in his boxers, bro. Well, I'm just saying, it ain't really your house. As a Moorish American, it's certain rights to the property. He done squatted on your shit. Nah, see, man, this is what these niggas is learning in prison, how to squat. Thinking that they can beat little traffic tickets and shit, and then they ain't gonna look, bro. You show back up to your shit, and it's a nigga like this cooking eggs in your kitchen and shit. It ain't really your house, you understand me? It ain't really yours, cause by law, by Moorish law, and man, you don't shut your bucket hat. I know goddamn well you Moors ain't out here squatting in people's houses. Oh, nigga, this is a goddamn homeless gang. And y'all be little short, fat dudes, too. This is sad, son. Hold on.
Clinton and Vice President Gore. On the market for nearly $6 million, it's not exactly a steal. So imagine real estate agent Jordan Feinberg's surprise when he learned someone had moved into the vacant property.
The owner calls me again and says, the neighbor called, there are people inside the house claiming they own the house.
And then when they went to their house, y'all, it was a nigga like this inside.
What it is, and the law
Destroyed. because
when them people came back to their motherfucking house, guess who opened up the door, man? When them people came back to their fucking house, this guy did. Hold on, man. If you joining, I got to share the clip with you. Them people just left their house for a few months, and these bucket-headed niggas done squatted in this man's shit. And you know it was a nigga like this. Soon he came and stuck his key in the door and heard noises in his house. And a nigga with a bucket hat and some boxes on came downstairs and said, "Excuse me, who is you? Are you fucking serious?" Well, technically, it's not your house. See, under Moorish law,
we're asking that you give us reparations because America is number one on God's list to be destroyed. So if you
see what I'm talking about, a nigga like this in your house and shit, you don't want to talk to him. You just gonna call the police instantly. Police, please get him out. Well, technically, sir, if you left the house for so long, he can squat there, and we got to get a constable and all. Next thing you know, you find out this nigga right. Now you got to spend a night in your house with bucket hat man for a whole month till the constables can come get him out of your shit. And goddamn it, every day he gonna walk up to your ass and, but technically, you know, by Moorish law, you know, and the black man being the true child of God and the Ottoman Empire, it ain't really your house because it's my land. Shit like that, you know.
But let's go ahead and go to this guy. Let's go.
we're asking that you give us reparations because America is number one on God's list to be destroyed. So if you don't accommodate us,
oh God.
So if you don't accommodate us, God gonna come out the sky right now with a big ass lightning bolt, Your Honor, and strike every last one of y'all down. And that's on everything. I wish I could just get in that nigga body and finish that part off right there, nigga. I'll say that's what's up, nigga. And Your Honor, you're first on God's list for Yahweh Shai. No, this more sound like a Hebrew. And he's gonna come down on a cloud, sir. And him, you, and him, and oh, he gonna fuck all of y'all up. So, sir, what we are asking is that you give every black man a bucket of 10,000 shekels instantly. And you have 24 hours to do so, sir. Thank you very much.
God.
And then when he walk off, that little tassel gonna be flying in the wind. He just think he done some shit. And I think that little tassel that's on top of their hat just make them think they smarter than what they are, because every day you think that you're a graduate when really you sound like a motherfucking fool, though. Like a motherfucking fool, nigga. Swinging that goddamn tassel around, son. Up here demanding shekels and bullion.
Meeting is about a reparation, sir. It's not about the Lord destroying anything. Why you go to a reparations meeting talking about what the Lord gonna do? If the Lord's gonna do it, then you should not even be there, sir.
Right. And they got this shit on the news. If you don't pay us, God will punish you. See, the news want these kind of knuckle-headed niggas, or should I say bucket-headed niggas on the camera, right? They want these kind of niggas on there, man. Any nigga that'll walk outside with a hat like that on top of his head, son, your IQ is only good enough for you to stand out in front of Walmart with a bell and a cup, son. Seriously, son. In them hot-ass suits talking about bullion. Leave
it for the people that's going to
How many niggas y'all know that wear corporate suits and talk about bullying? Them niggas is talk about stocks and shit. What the fuck? That don't match, man. What the hell, son? Hey, Michael Young Bay, are you one of these bucket-headed dudes? Do you want the microphone, son? Because you got some explaining to do with these niggas up here asking for bullying, son. What's good? Hi, how you doing? Welcome to the show, son. What's up with the bullying, my nigga?
Hey, man. Come on, man. I ain't even gonna address that, man. All the ignorance, man. Look here. The prophet, I'm speaking about the prophet. The prophet never said he was from overseas. The prophet was born here in North Carolina. The prophet never said he was overseas or been no circus or nothing like that. That's stuff people don't put in little books or whatever, trying to make it seem like they know something, etc. Nobody agrees that the prophet agrees with the individual that you got in that video. We don't believe in squatting and sitting in nobody's home or nothing like that. Because the person comes in my home, they gonna get it. I ain't gotta call no police. I call 911 for the ambulance, but that's about it. But nah, man, the prophet is love. You know, that's all he taught was love. So I understand you saying the I don't want to the group you speaking of, the FBG and Aboriginal and things like that, and you speaking on they coming against these groups and things like that. The prophet teaches us, and that's in our laws. We don't speak hatred towards other organized groups. See, a lot of y'all going off what Taka Bay, he's saying this about this group and keep going in about that group, and that stuff causes confusion. We're about unity. We're about love. You know, I may not agree with whoever your leader is or whatever if I knew anything about the organization, anything like that, but I'm not going to come publicly and say, oh, this group ain't this and this ain't that and they ain't about this. That's speaking hatred. We not about speaking no hatred. And the prophet Noble Drew Ali ain't teach that, and he's a real prophet. He prophesies things. That's what a prophet is. A prophet is someone divine, someone holy that's able to prophesy because it comes from Allah, Jehovah, whatever name you want to call him that you choose to call him.
I'm just saying,
he's the cause and rule this.
But I'm just saying though. But bro, when it comes, bro, listen.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
I'm just saying, when it come down to the conversation of reparations, niggas like him is in the way, and it's some agent behavior to fucking distract.
I agree. Look here, brother. Let me let the public know who I am.
Okay, go ahead.
You know
Talk to me.
Because I usually come in under Norman or some other name. I got my full name out there, Michael Young Bay. You know what I'm saying? My people walk with the prophet. A lot of this stuff these people teaching is not what the prophet brought. It's not what the prophet taught. You see, the prophet, yeah, he talk about voting. Look, do your research on how he got officials elected. He prophesied them even being elected, and they even came back and thanked him. He prophesied,
it's because he was connected with them people and he know what's going on. Because
what you mean he connected with the people?
I'm just saying
the public.
I'm saying that Noble Drew Ali wasn't no regular dude. He was privy to certain knowledge that the average person ain't got, and that's how he knew who was gonna be elected and stuff. Not because he was a prophet, in my opinion and belief, in my humble belief. Let Michael Young Bay unmute his mic. Hold on, I want everybody to mute except Michael Bay. Michael Bay, unmute. You got it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, what I mean by prophesied, when I was young, as a little child, right, and like my family, I had family members with the prophet, walk with the prophet, open the doors to the prophet when he first come to Chicago. Okay, so before he said his feast on his thumb, a lot of Moors don't know that. Even in the prophet organization don't know this. What I'm finna put out here. Okay, even as a little boy, the prophet prophesied that he's gonna be an Asiatic president and a European vice president. That been prophesied. I heard that when I was young, and it came to pass. He said when this nation gonna be fair. Yeah, and this when Obama got in here, this nation was fair. This nation was fair. It's just that the people as a whole don't understand organization. Some of them don't understand politics. When I say some of them, I'm speaking of the ones who think they
Let me
know
ask you a
politics.
question, brother.
And,
Did Noble
okay, go ahead.
Did Noble Drew Ali perform in the circus?
No, that's falsehood. That's falsehood. That's somebody wrote a book back then, and it's just like with the 5%ers for example. Okay, the 5%ers, they thought that what's his name, Clarence X, or whatever, was writing them books and it was the FBI. You see, it's been a lot of misinformation put out here about the prophet and the teacher. Read what the prophet's saying. Hell with what somebody else talking about. Because the prophet knows he's a prophet. Just like in 1925, when the astrologers and things like that say, oh no, it's gonna be a full moon, it's gonna be a full moon. And the prophet was in the meeting, and he said, when he come out the meeting, you're gonna see the star crescent in the sky to all four corners of the world. And they saw that. See, the Europeans
ain't gonna teach our people this.
Look, if
and
people say
people, and as you say, ages and things like that, etc., that's teaching falsehood. And so that's where the confusion come in at. Because I'm not finna, that's disrespectful. It's disrespectful like if me and you get into it and I'm calling you bitches, pussies, and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Talking like that.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I don't hate
that
my
man,
Morris
that
brothers.
man
I
ain't
still
did nothing
see,
to you.
and one thing I want to say,
he taught love.
Hey, look, one thing I want to
how
say,
can
brother.
You come back somebody that taught love and with love made manifest.
All right, give me the chance to fucking cut in and explain myself a little bit, brother. I don't want to make it like I'm trying to be divisive and combat Moors. I want to go and put on a record much respect to my Moorish brothers. I'm just turning up the heat on them on some intellectual shit. I love all my brothers. I don't give a fuck what, school or thought your ass from. I'm just gonna be the guy that really put the heat on you. Like that's what like everybody on the call. It's gonna be brothers coming to the call. They gonna put a little pressure on you. Ain't that we trying to be divisive. We saying all of these groups is battling for the minds of the people, so they should be challenged on the shit they do and stand on. Because what I like about you saying, look, I don't stand with this more that's on the TV that's undermining reparations and shit. So let me ask you something.
I don't look, even the student, brother, even with reparations, right? The prophet even spoke on that. He said the European and they're gonna have to pay us back in compounded interest. Any more that's really in the temple should know that. You see?
Do you agree with what he's?
I understand where you're coming from, and that's why I got on this show.
Yeah, much respect.
Like,
I'm glad you did, bro. Because
I understand what's out there. I understand the Masons that's in this organization, etc.
I got Moors that's moderators on this joint. I got a lot of bays that's wrenches on my channel. So they know when I do this shit, I got love for my Moors. But guess what, though? You know it's some Moors out there that's going against this FBA shit and this reparation shit. So look, I'm going to challenge the whole comeback with just a little pushback, nothing disrespectful though. But you know what I'm saying? Just, the question why. Like, do you agree with this shit? Let me ask you a question. I'm going to see how real you is, because you've been real, my nigga, from the time
look here.
You've been real.
You got to push no test towards me. Just ask the question, man.
I'm
telling you, it's leaders. Let me put this out here for the public. It's leaders out there that don't like because I speak the truth. If the prophet ain't right, the temple ain't right, and I know the prophet is right. I think I know the prophecies. I ain't talking about no hearsay, none of that. You know what I'm saying? I know from experience, etc. Allah shows me. Ain't no accident that I'm on this call.
That's facts, man. Because
guess
what I
law
think?
Governs all events. That I even that Taka Bay. Look at them videos. See, Moors don't even get up with me. These Asians out here, they don't. Hey, what he's saying is true. Because he even teaching that the prophet name is Thomas. Now, for you Moors out there, or you Tahaka Bay followers, etc., you look up what Thomas means and look up what Timothy means. Timothy means from God. You see? So they even try to change the prophet name. So if you ain't honoring the prophet, we don't pray to the prophet, we honor the prophet, we pray to Allah. So if you ain't even honoring the prophet as his real name, you're not following the prophet. Dude, like Tahaka Bay ain't following the prophet. I knew exactly when you first came on, you were saying that oh, they want the smoke and this. And they keep saying, I know where it's coming from, man. I'm conscious. I ain't conscious into the sense as people just claiming they conscious because they in some kind of group with Sinetta and
No,
all
I ain't
this.
gonna lie. You definitely know your shit though. Your
I've been
ear to the
paying
streets.
attention.
Yeah.
I've been paying attention to everything.
Your ear
That's
definitely
one of
to the
my
streets.
gifts from Allah.
You ain't
Just
missed
because
a
I don't
beat.
entertain it at the time don't mean I missed it.
No, I
And
ain't
when
gonna
I'm
even
speaking to you,
yeah.
when I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to the world. I'm speaking to the ones that's even in these Moors groups that claim they following the prophet. You know, they doing the ingest. We ain't supposed to be doing no squatting, none of that. And it's due to a lack of certain Moors not doing their job to where in these certain positions to where all this confusion is out here.
Hey,
and all it's doing is dividing us. We all Asiatics. The whole continent was once Asia.
Hey, let me say one thing real quick. Y'all got to be respectful in the chat room because this brother, the only Moor up here, and I think he representing it with respect. We could have had a Moor up here that was really on some negative shit, but the brother ear to the street, he know exactly where the energy at, and goddamn it, he been straight up on this shit. So, hey man, keep it real in the chat room. Smoke Signal, what's good, bro? How y'all doing? Third Eye, Cam, Smoke Signal. How y'all doing? Trey One. Which one of y'all want the Which one of y'all want the mic first, man? Y'all ain't got to hold back neither, man. Like we that's what we here to do, man. Heed and teach, bro. Real.
Salute. You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Smoke, loud and clear.
Yeah, shout out to the channel, to the panel, and to the chat. Man, power to the motherfucking people, man.
Facts.
This is quite a startling revelation to me because I don't really follow anything Moorish, man. I look at it like a whole nother type of religion, right? And so when he was saying the prophet, and I heard them refer to him as the prophet before, but I didn't actually know that the nigga was making prophecies. I thought it was just a title. I thought it was just a self-proclaimed title. Now it's becoming intriguing. Like, what are the Moors of the Science Temple? Or y'all officially a secret society, bro?
No, we're not. Let me tell y'all something, man. Because I know stuff that'll get me killed.
Good question, Smoke. Yeah.
I know things that'll get me killed. Because I can even show proof. I done been threatening everything just for speaking the facts about the organization to people in the organization. Okay? And I'm talking about the profit organization because you got different groups saying they're the profit organization. But ain't nobody actually doing no research. A lot of the stuff is just hearsay, then people get these documents offline. A lot of that stuff come offline. The government don't want certain things out there, so they put falsehood out there against the prophet. They went against the prophet back then, them churches and things, them different organizations. They went against the prophet back then.
Now, what if somebody say that what you doing right now is the same Marcus Garvey tactic? To where they say they went against the Messiah and try to, what's the word? They try to make that person righteous and make them seem, because everybody they go against they ain't really wrong every time. Like when they went against Marcus Garvey for fraud and shit, I can't cap, like they was right on that. But see, Pan-Africans use that to say, well, look, these people went against the Messiah and shit. And like, yeah, but what exactly, I don't know the legalities around that. I think you doing a good job holding it down. But yeah, because we asking probably some tough questions. But yeah, go ahead, brother. Appreciate you for answering us and all that.
Okay. Prophet Marcus Garvey, because he said prophet. You said in the beginning that Marcus Garvey is a prophet Messiah. Marcus Garvey ain't teach that. Marcus Garvey never came out of Marcus Garvey's mouth. You see, that's hearsay. That's just like, I'm gonna use an example for a minute. That's just like Masons, right? Okay, everybody familiar with the Mason organization to some extent. But there's a lot of Masons that in the Mason organization don't know nothing. You must be what you know and not what you told. But they'll be on here, they'll be online, as y'all seen over the years on YouTube. I've been on YouTube watching for years. Different organizations, different groups, etc., including yours. I watch your show, brother. I watch Brother Sanchez. You had one of the most funniest shows I ever saw one day. You know, I'm into it because I got a good laugh. But I ain't gonna go into it what it was about. But masonry is taught from mouth to ear. So anybody talking masonry over the internet don't know what they talking about. That's true masonry. I sat with members that was in the Council of Nine, etc. You know, it's things that I know. That's why I put my name and changed it to knowing. If I don't know it, I ain't got no problem with telling you, hey man, I don't know. But we can find out together. Marcus Garvey never taught that stuff. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Hey, Trey, you got it. I see your hand.
Yeah, I want to tap in after him, bro, too,
And salutes
real quick.
to you.
Grand Rising, everybody.
Grand Rising, OG Leo, for sure. You got the floor.
Hey, I had a backup question too, but go ahead.
You got it. Yeah, y'all got it. Y'all got it. Yeah, y'all can go ahead.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Trey.
Yeah, salute to y'all, man. Hey, I just wanted to tap in and say, that Bethesda Mansion case, that the dude that did that, he one of the pupils of Taj Tariq Bey. And I think I tuned into one of your shows when you did the show with Asir. And I heard you say that you kind of follow behind Taj Tariq Bey because they be teaching the politics side of it versus the religion side of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of what that dude.
Who you saying? Speaking of Taj Tariq Bey, you saying me?
No. See, when I was first, and I just real quick, and I'm gonna pass it back to that brother. When I first got introduced to the Moors, I was a little nigga sucking up all the game on YouTube in the conscious community, and Taj Tariq Bey was very popular during that time. Him and what's that other guy named? Hold up. It's finna Alim Bey, I think. Yeah, Alim Bey. Shit like that, yeah. Shout out King Oz. What up, my brother King OZ in the building, man. Hey,
so
yeah,
like I be having smoke with the Moors too, man. But the thing is, like, some of the shit they be saying, it be right. It's just the way that they teach a lot of their shit be confusing as hell, bro. A lot of the information, and I'm gonna send you some shit too, Sanchez, so you can even see some of this shit. Like, it is some facts to the shit they be saying. And even when this man talk about like this gold bullion and shit, see, they be talking about the Constitution, bro. And what they be talking about, like in the Constitution, Article 1, Section 10, they tell you that ain't nothing supposed to be payment for debt but gold and silver. And see, a lot of it, like, even when you start listening to a lot of the people that like the Caucasians that be talking about how the market collapsing right now with the super inflation, they'll tell you it's because our money ain't backed by no gold. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is unconstitutional. So what be happening is, dog, a lot of times these people been subverting the Constitution with every step of the way while saying that this shit's still a constitutional democracy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it is some facts to the shit they be saying, but at the same time, it's a lot of confusion in the way the shit be getting told. So that's what I want to chime in and say right there.
Yeah. And yeah, everybody can go ahead and chime in, and then we're gonna review some more of these little crazy clips, man.
Yeah, bro. Let me say this real quick. You know, much respect to you, bro, Sanchez, everybody on the panel, And the Flat Power family in the chat, man. Grand
Much
Rising.
respect.
Like, I was a practicing Muslim for 20 plus years. You know what I mean? I was a Sunni Muslim. I went from an Ansar Allah brother to a Sunni Muslim. You know, the Sunni Muslims, they don't recognize Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Garvey, none of them. Noble Drew Ali was not a prophet. The last time I checked, it was Isha or Jesus, and the seal was supposed to be Muhammad. They don't talk about nothing about this Noble Drew Ali character. You know, all those Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, I can keep on going. They were government agents or plants. They work for the system. You know what I mean? That's what really confuses me about that Moorish shit. Because, you know, when I was in a real community, an Islamic community, like I said, they didn't recognize no Moors. You was either Muslim or not. You know, and like I said, those were government agents that the United States infiltrated on the people. You know, and we want to call them prophets. And like I said, you know, what took me, like I said, I was a practicing Muslim for 20 plus years. Once I realized all these religions are connected to these states and countries, that's when I got out of it. And I said, I don't believe in the Lord Jesus. I don't believe in nothing no more, because they all are man-made religions that man made up to control man. And I'm not giving no man no dominance over me or no God. And I'm a land there.
Yeah, I can't. And then I just don't really think that we can legitimately prove that we're Moors or connected to. Yeah.
Let me say this to the brother. The prophet brought the Muhammadan faith. Okay? A lot of Muslims overseas don't believe, and they not practicing the Muhammadan faith. See, that word Muslim, like a lot of our
Bro, to
people
me, it's
today,
all babble, brother. All babble.
they use the term Muslim and things like that. Now you got to understand, it's a conspiracy there. You see, because just go look in your newspapers. Y'all go online for everything else in Google. I bet you come find the word Muslim before the 1940s or 30s. Anything back then, they had newspapers and cameras and things. They were Moors.
They did have words, brother.
They was using the term Muslims, like Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought us. He said we are Muslims. No, okay.
That's the American side of Islam. That's not the Arab side of Islam.
No,
but see, this what a lot of Moors do, because I've been on all week. I've been going in banging on their head.
God, the human. What up?
Appreciate you, bro. All week I've been on Instagram having a smash out on these niggas, and I had to do extensive research to make sure I was accurate. But when you use that word Muslim and all of that, it's basically just different terminology or different translation. So it's just an older word for Muslim. It ain't really nothing different. And when you go so far back, a lot of the Moors don't claim the history of who they really are, which would be connected to the Berber people or the Barbary people, which was called barbarians. Not to say that that's accurate to call them, but they don't claim this title. And why is that? If y'all doing deep research too.
Now, a Moor that know his history, know that we was the Moors of them times. Whether they were called Barber Moors, Moriscos, etc. You see?
But that changes the ideology
people
of
that
being
do
a Moor.
they extensive research, they'll know. And you just can't go online and things like that, man. The internet not set up for us to succeed.
That's right. That's true. But
Even
this
if
is
we
this
just
what
take
I'm saying,
YouTube,
though.
for example, itself.
No, that's right. But
YouTube
this is what I'm
is like
saying.
the Tower of Babel. We got all, like you say, got all kind of stuff out here.
And that's true.
You must
that's
be
true.
what you know and not what you told.
And exactly. Now, that's one of my main points that I've been talking to the Moors about, because a lot of the Moors that I run into is claiming it for, the economic benefit or the sovereign citizenship. And it's like, bro, we all of that without none of these titles and costumes. So why is it people believe that when these titles and costumes were introduced to ourselves when we were more native, that we should have transformed into these new versions of these new identities, Moors and stuff, when you wasn't that in your most original state? Why did you become that? Go ahead, bro.
They was considering us Moors, bro, and it's facts on that shit, bro. Like if you go look up, they got something called the standard or headdress, right? And they talk about in this motherfucking Harvard essay that they wrote, they talk about how motherfucking what Montezuma was really affectionately the king of Moors. You feel what I'm saying? They tell you that they got government records in here saying how Mexico really belonged to the Moorish people and they Indian associates, and this back in 1865. You feel what I'm telling you? Like they got real records
now
on
this
this
the
shit.
thing, but this the thing though. This is what I've been telling the Moors. If y'all gonna claim shit like that, okay, well the Moors they was over here in Spain and shit. Well, then you gotta transform your ideology for who you were, because in Spain they weren't considered the Moors. See, the Moors, the people that got the name Moors was given to them by the French as a derogatory term. It wasn't even to actually tell them who they really were.
The Moors come from the word term Moors come from the ancient Moabite. It don't come from the French. See, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali brought us something ancient. He brought us our ancient divine creed. Before the European even
Hold on, bro. Somebody was talking. I think bro was talking, but his mic low.
Oh, my bad, my brother Michael Bay. Let me ask you a question. You said the term Moor come from Moabite?
Right, from the Moabite.
When I listen, didn't the term Moabite come from the biblical scripture?
It's in the biblical scripture.
Oh,
yeah.
No, we can't. I would say you talking about the land of Moab, correct?
Right.
And that would be modern day what?
The term Moabite and Canaanite. Okay, let's go from biblical sense.
Right.
What we consider that the oldest, as we'll say, the oldest text or something of this age that we know
Not necessarily, but I mean,
so
we could
say
that.
What script do we have that's older than that? That you know.
But see, the thing is, if you go into the scripture to support any part of your identity now become a pseudonym like Jew, which it becomes a false. It don't become something that's really legitimate historically that we can take serious as what we call quote unquote scholars once you go to the religious sources to support. When you trace more back to Moabite, I think it's inaccurate. When we when we do the etymology of Moor, we need to be tracing this back to what the word meant in the beginning because listen, there's no land called Moor. Moors did not have a land, just like Jews and the original Gypsy people didn't. These were seafaring people who really lived on ships. They were pirates. That's why the word Moor, if you look at it, is dealing with to fasten a ship in a particular location. And when these people took over your land, when these pirates took over your land, these vandals and barbarians that we're calling Moor, because we identifying ourselves with our enemy for real. But when these Moors took over our land, right, they based the new government on the maritime law, the law of the sea.
Yes. And see, let me back you up with that.
Sanchez.
That's facts. And I'm going to back you up with some of that too. The same people that's being called Moors was also so-called to be based off in the land of Mauritania, which was ran by the Romans in Africa. And that's why I told you that. Go ahead.
When you got the word Moor, that's why you always see black or more attached to it and black and all this shit, because like how you got Blackbeard and all that pirating culture and all that bullshit. The whole point of that shit is to let you know that these people are like non-descendable. They don't got a land. What Sanchez just said. They was at sea so much and, going to so many different countries, they got identified as black You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, where can you put these people at? They go to and fro wherever the fuck they want to, conquering people. Like Vikings is Moors. You know what I'm saying? All them, anybody, it's an occupation. Anybody that knew how to navigate the sea, you could use that for good or evil. That's why you're under maritime law. It's a morality law. Like if I catch you out to sea and I got the ups on you, I can either help you or kill you. It's to my discretion. You see what I'm saying? Like we out here in the ocean, nigga. If I murder your whole ship, like it's no law for that, and that's the law that they brought to the land.
Okay, now what? Right now, when y'all saying that, right?
But hold on,
my
before you
question
say
to
that,
y'all
I'm
is, I got a
gonna just say
question for
one
y'all.
more thing, and then I'm gonna pass you the mic. Say one little quick thing.
Go ahead, bro.
When Mauritania being connected to the Roman rule at that time, that's actually an anagram for Rome, which is Moor. But that's all I'm saying. That's all I had to say.
Okay, we Moorish Americans. Okay, from the ancient Moabites and Canaanite descent, the land of Canaan. That's where the Moors come from the land of Canaan.
I'm gonna tell you the problem.
We all come from the land of Canaan.
Here go the problem.
Even over here in America, hold on. Even over here in America, we had land. The Moors, the ones that came over here from the land of Canaan and established this land.
Yeah, because
civilized this land, formed first governments, etc. And we talking about even before the Roman Empire. We talking about before the Romans.
But
even the Moors, the ones that
but wait a minute.
the ones that built Rome.
Now let me ask you a
Am I
question.
correct?
Are we talking about before the Olmecs though?
Right.
Even before the Olmecs.
Okay, now that's where the smoke at. That's where the smoke at. You know why? Because we can't find, now we can find big Olmec heads over here that show that a culture that's leaking us to the Khmer Empire, not the Ottoman Turkish Empire. I can't find those statues with a fez on them. Now check this out. I think when you go to Stonehenge, you see the fez on them niggas. Let me see.
Facts. That's facts.
Let me look at the stones here. They got them little fezzes on. Hold on. We got to talk about this, y'all. And salutes to the brother Michael Bay. Yeah. With them
talking about Easter Island. That's what it is.
Easter Island. Thank you. We finna pull it up, man. This a good bill. And the Moorish brother, he got good decorum and he coming with it, man. This ain't really a debate. But yeah, like I said,
I'm not debating with you, brother. Yeah. No, I'm doing this out of love for the nation,
and we appreciate that. Sure.
Hey Sanchez, I just sent you something, bro, in the email, bro.
Yeah, because look,
I
just introduced some smoke. I'm glad that brother's standing on it. This gonna get fun because he said that the Moors predate the Olmecs on this land. Okay, now. Hey, that's what's up. It's finna go down now.
Yeah, it's got to go down.
Because I don't know, man. When we pull up the Olmec, relics and shit, let me pull up some of this Olmec stuff. Hold on.
Wait, and I want to say this.
Yeah, good.
Mooring as an occupation is like what if he's saying as an occupation, it's true, because the original Moor ain't nothing but an occupation. That's why you find it all over the world. Once you start saying it as a culture and like this nationality and stuff like that, you can't claim that was before the Olmecs. Mm-hmm. Like the Olmecs were Moors. Any Chinese people were Moors. Anybody who had the knowledge how to navigate the ocean. No, but what I'm saying is this. But what I'm saying is that it was an occupation, like saying a Chinese man could be an electrician. You could be a Moor it's a defaulted position by learning how to navigate the ocean, brother. That makes you a Moor. Now, whether you do good or bad with that knowledge is where this dirty Moor and all of that, like the pirating system and all of that shit come from. But to say the Moors predate the Olmecs, like that's like a misnomer, because mooring is an occupation. So that's like saying electricians predate the Olmecs. Well, that like Olmecs was electricians. So it's like one hand is with the other hand. You see what I'm saying? You can't take more away from somebody when it was an occupation first, and always will be an occupation.
And look, and the thing about it is that here's the thing about the Moorish occupation. When you call a person a Moor, you basically calling them a pirate. You're calling them a buccaneer. You're calling them a gypsy, right? A seafaring group of people. Like you even had white ones, like when you say Mormon, that's a Christian white group, but they still are based on that this fish group. These guys really were a fraternity of men that just went around vandalizing in their own little sects and groups. That's what the work happened. The world was introduced to the age of pirating, but they told it to you in history as the age of exploration, right? They was exploring, all right. They was exploring, all right.
What years you talking about? What years you talking about?
We're talking about simply any years that encompasses the age of exploration. We're going to make this simple. We're going to make it simple.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to make it simple. Also, let me show y'all something. The word fez is also from the word fezora, which is the word fezora, like the hat, the fedora hat.
Fedora.
Yeah, and you can see that the part of the fedora that resembled the fez. And the tassel and the feather was on a fedora. In other words, the people that we call the cowboys, right? They worship a cow god called Moloch, and they wore these style of hats. They are the entertainment culture that represents circuses, comedy. We went into all that. So the thing about these people is they colors were red, black, and white. Dealing with Satanism, and you look at the Moors today, red, but hey, ain't that changed? But the thing is this right here, guys. We can link them all together. I can link these guys to the same enemies of our people, because when the reason I don't fuck with the Pan-African movement, because I can show you how we weren't pharaohs in Egypt. The pharaohs were our oppressor, and that we wasn't all of these groups we identifying as. These groups were literally our oppressors, and the Moors ain't no different, and I'm gonna fall back there.
Exactly. Bro Sanchez, that was like about 15 minutes ago listening to the podcast. One of the brothers mentioned the terminology of Moor and etc. In Spain and Portugal, Moor simply meant black. So just like you said, no matter how you classified them through symbolism,
that's what they say.
No, but listen though. Okay.
I'm talking about with the word black. Go ahead though. All right, I'm gonna let you finish your thought.
Yeah. But through symbolism, operation, and association, you can identify who is the enemy. I'll be 27 in April, and for the longest, I studied history, and I was like, wow, this really happened, da 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 da. But I ran across people such as Bro Sanchez that asked those questions that took you out the comfort zone of what you were told or what you thought you knew. So when you see these people such as Moors or conscious people or Kemetic people, Hebraic people, quote these rights or whatnot, you have to study beyond what we're seeing. Why are these things taking place? Why were the so-called Moors so powerful past 1492? You get what I'm saying?
But see, now check this out.
Hold on.
Go ahead, my fault.
No, you good. One more point I have to make. Let's look at those people of those times and the covenants and the agreements that they made with the people that had rulership over the land that they were in.
Well, covenants and agreements can only be applied to 1% because nigga shit that the president signed right now, none of us agree with it. So that's the same system that was going on then. So whether we go back and look at a covenant and be like, well, this was the treaty, that was nigga, that's for the 1%, a peasant or a common nigga like we would be looked at as peasants. Not because we dirty and we living in the mud and none of that, because of the privilege of knowledge that we don't got access to.
Exactly.
And
brother,
so the niggas that's signing these contracts that's applying to hundreds of thousands and millions of people, niggas signing them contracts, it's like, nigga, well, who authorized that? Who gave you authorization?
Right.
And your point where you said about the black, more meaning black in Spain, that's because they meant it as non-descendable. That's why they was calling them black. Once they see you a certain way as a Moor, they was like, you ain't got no nation. You on the ocean too much, brother. You can't come claiming lands here and there and everywhere.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you how deep it is, Bobby. You spitting. I'm gonna show you how deep it is. I back up.
So basically,
hold on. Let me say
they
this.
Have
and
no
hold on,
bro.
bro. Hold on. I gotta say this. I got to say this because it's important, man. Fuck the bloodline talk. It's the label talk. It's the political title. When you say more, that means black. Guess what? That ain't got nothing to do with the Aboriginal people of America. We still talking about foreigners. When you look up the word black, it means Negro. That's a member of a black-skinned race of Africa. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing to do with me. No, look. Hold up. See, all of these titles ain't got nothing to do with me. Is basically in a nutshell of what we saying.
And that's what I'm saying too, bro, Sanchez.
Let me say this.
That's why I went about the way of explaining it the way that I did, because no matter how you try to classify it, what I'm saying is we see those people that have that knowledge and that have that privilege with, the people that you speak of, but we see people in the masses, such as us, that try to imitate it, but imitate it without the knowledge that we need to where it be effective to the way that it'll be effective to them. You get what I'm saying?
Without initiating.
Okay, let me say this here.
Yeah.
The brother had a definition up on the screen or more. Okay.
I'm gonna put it back
we
up
can
there.
either, you can leave that. You can leave that back up there with the Negro, because I'm gonna go into that too. It relates to both, so you ain't got to change the screen. Okay. Even with the word Negro, it say a member of the black-skinned, and I can't see your whole screen on there, but basically black-skinned people. Okay. The prophet teaches us that we are not black. Black, according to science, means deaf. Okay. So I'm gonna put it in Mother's Day terms for the people out there. Okay, and here goes the science behind it. When you close your eyes, what you see but black. You see, when you dead, you see nothing. It's black.
Right.
Okay. Same thing out here in the public. Everybody calling themselves Negroes or niggas, rather to speak, which ain't nothing but another dialect, Latin term for nigga. So we calling ourselves black people. What we getting out here but death? What is we getting out here but death?
Right.
Now,
See,
brother,
let me ask this question here, because I want to get paid. I want to get paid.
I like that.
I say this to people I see in the streets, etc., because I want to get paid. Show me a black man so we can get paid. We do know our colors, right? Show me a black man so we get paid. Show me a white man. We do know what the color white is. Show me a white man so we get paid.
That's right.
Hey, but look, though, brother,
what was
I'm
that?
agreeing with you there, but like if we
show
getting
me
into
where that exists at.
No, but hold on, brother.
If
we dealing with the Moors now, and I'm pretty sure you being the Moor, you know very well that the terminology black, how the Moors use it and apply it, they only applying it as it deemed fit in law. Status ability. You see what I'm saying? So black is black has, always will be, and can never be nothing but a status, no matter how we use it in connotative language. We can use ebonics and give definitions to words, but that don't stop it from meaning what it meant from the inception.
Hey, much love to my brothers, man. Hey, look,
black has always been a status. That's what I'm saying.
That's where Taj Base shine, that status shit. That's where Taj Base shine.
Listen, he's the master teacher. That's the one who put me up on the Moore shit, and I ain't even on it, but when it comes to like really understanding law, I give all due credit to him because he not biased with it. He go give it to you simple and plain.
But
so in law, we dealing with black being non-descendable. And if you using common sense, what was somebody white, black, Asian, or whatever, if they out to sea all the time, naturally they gonna be a dark-skinned person. That's why you get black beard and all this shit. You see what I'm saying? Like these people, even when they depict them in movies, if they white people, they're darker skinned people because that's where the whole black, dark, you know what I'm saying, gloom, pirate shit come from. You see what I mean? It's not a people. It's something that you sign up for, like the military.
The Moors, man, they from this land, man. They not from over there. And that's where everybody keep fucking up at, bro. Like,
well, they not from nowhere. It's an occupation. That's like saying the electricians is not from here. The carpenters is not from here. It's an occupation, brother.
They tell you, bro. Mexico rightfully belongs to the Moorish people and their Indian associates, bro. They know this shit. This in government records, bro. I just sent that shit to Sanchez, bro. It's in
that's due to the political nation ideologies.
That's politics.
And then when you read the treaty with Morocco, bro, the treaty that Taj Tariq Baby telling everybody to read, bro. If you read Article 16, it tell you because it's basically talking about prisoners of wars and captives, right?
Right.
The Sultan of Morocco is telling these motherfuckers, bro, we want payment in 100 Mexican
Morocco
dollars,
not in America, brother.
But what he's saying is right, though.
Why would he be asking for Mexican dollars, bro? Why would he be asking for Mexican dollars?
What he's saying is real, but y'all gotta understand the wordplay in it. It's kind of trickery. If we know that they came, listen, Moors have set up across the world through their occupation of learning how to moor and travel the planet and law, maritime law, whatever law that they did at the sea, they brought it to the land and signed people into contracts. Listen, when you talk about contracts, treaties, paperwork, period, all that shit is Moorish motherfucking inception, pirate trickery. You see what I'm saying? You don't come to somebody's land as like if I come to your land as a pirate, colonizer, a Mormon, a missionary, I'm coming with contracts, Bibles, all type of shit to sign you up for something so I can subjugate
and you know something? You know something? Guess what, right? See, people don't realize when the Moors and the pirates took over your land, they had to rename and give you a different identity now. So that often became some like black, which was blank. Now, we can't also think that black and darkness are the same thing. Black and white ain't got nothing to do with darkness and light.
Thank you.
Darkness and light. So
that's why I was saying, Sanchez, like we gotta, like the Moors know that when we saying black and white, that's dealing with status only. Us dealing with it as like the skin shit. We in advanced class. We know that black don't mean black skin and white don't mean white skin.
Bro.
These statuses, brother. And if by us knowing that it's a status, we got to understand what's the reason for the black status, to put it on people so they can be subjugated to maritime law, to go stand in the courtroom under the judge, all of this shit. Like it makes perfect sense.
Watch this. Tell me that the people that I'm showing on the screen right now ain't what we call Moors. And one thing that y'all gotta realize, there's a reason why the Buccaneers wear red, black, and white, just like the Moors, and they fucking got them crazy hats on. See, all of these are derivations of the fez and the fedora that they wearing. These the same people.
Hold on. Moors don't just wear no red, black, and white, man.
Listen, check this out, right?
What's the difference? Let me say this first. The prophet.
That's a lie.
That's a lie, bro.
They wear red, black, and white, man.
And green.
And I got a bunch of pictures of
Yeah,
Seminoles.
and green. He can speak on it though, but look at this brother right here. This is an old picture. And they wear black and yellow too, like the Freemasons. But yeah, let the Moors go. I could hey, you could go ahead though, yeah.
The Freemasons is known to wear black. The Freemasons is known to wear black and white. Okay. Now hold on, let's go back to my let me go back to my original thought. Look. Okay, he say it's a status. Okay. Okay, if we use it more as a term status. Okay. If you're using the word in a term of status, then same thing with the word black. You using that in a term of status? Because as the man speaketh, so it is. And words can do three things. They can save, they can create, and they can destroy. So as you speak it, you can call yourself black, even as a status, then what you doing? But death to yourself.
Now look, here's what's crazy, right? A status is a legal standing of a person. Now, when you think about that, right, you gotta ask yourself, who is what this system of this legal system is based on. In the case of the Moors, it's based on maritime law. And when it comes to a legal standing of a person under maritime law, when you're dealing with pirates, it's dealing with like the concept of capture and seize. Some people call it like manifest destiny, meaning also, like they said, let every man that can be deceived be deceived. It's basically do what thou wilt. If it's survival of the fittest. If my army bigger than yours, then I'm gonna end up taking over all your women, your children, all this shit. Now, people like this, they didn't really have a land of their own because they conquered every land they went to. They had it's like saying I got many lands. I'm a gypsy. This what made them pirates. Like they established their power. And that's what I'm saying. All of the pirates back in the day started to build a one world union among all the pilgrims and pirates in the world. And that's where we at today.
And see, these niggas, the Moors know this because they love to brag about how they went around the world civilizing everybody.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
As Moors,
they call it civilizing you.
They call it civilizing.
But it's colonizing, yeah, colonizing.
Exactly.
Like, think about this, bro. The Moors will even tell you, when you look at the patents of like George Washington on the ship, Columbus on the ship, they'll say, yeah, but the Moors was the real captains showing these niggas where to go. And they was the ones like that was really manning. So it's like, well, wait a minute. If the Moors was the ones really manning the ship, like, well, then who mission was it to come and colonize then? Christopher Columbus or George Washington? Was it really their war? Or was it the Moors' war? Like, now we got
you had more over here in North Central.
Right. No, but see, that's what makes it even worse, brother.
South America before Christopher Columbus and them.
But exactly, brother, that's what make it worse, because that would mean that some of the Moors was riding with him, and when they came back to their home, they did not stop him from doing the bullshit he did over here. And these were their brothers.
Okay, but listen to what I'm trying to get you to understand, brother. The Moors that you claim that was in America before Christopher Columbus, that was here before the Olmecs, that was an occupation. Once it became a culture of swashbuckling and piracy, they created a whole cult around it that was a secret society similar to the Masons. Do you see what I'm saying? Like saying, so you're not wrong when you say the Moors was here before this and that, but that's, it wasn't before the Olmecs. It was just that anybody who came across the knowledge or understood how to navigate and cross the seas, that was mooring. You were a Moor at that point. Abu Bakari, the brother of Mansa Musa, they called him a Moor because he traveled from wherever in Africa to over here and with a bunch of ships that was mooring.
I think you just made that up, Bobby, but peace to you, brother.
He's on point. My man's on point with that.
Hey, watch this. Hold on. Hey, Madon, let me holler at you. What's good, my brother?
Hey, what's happening, homie?
Hey, Madon, watch this. Do you understand the image that I'm sharing on the screen right now?
Yeah, to a degree.
Tell me about it. Go ahead.
Well, to me, this is I said a statue of a black or Moor, to me, which is a descendant of the Moroccan Empire, who was navigating the seas and and had different conquests across the world.
Okay, so let me show you some, and of course you saying the obvious, but what I want to do is go a little bit deeper with it. So what this proves, right? And I'm finna go into a lot of shit. This is a black Moor. This is a black Moor, right? But watch this, right? This one I'm finna show you why I got this up. If you look at his hairstyle, you will see the hold on a second. Let me mute everybody because I don't wanna no interruptions here. Watch this. Everybody wanna cut in, but I've done my research. This picture here, this is my shit from my research right here. Can't nobody explain that symbol that's on his shield. Brother Sanchez can do it for you. That's all I'm saying. That's the Russian Imperial Eagle. Who want to tell me I'm lying? Watch this. Check this out. And they use this in the occult too. They use this in the occult too, y'all. It's a charge associated with the concept of worldwide rulership or Imperial rule. You can look this thing up, y'all. It's an
Can I
alchemy.
interject for a little bit? That's also the old Tartarian symbol.
Well, hey, there you go. It's that too. But the only thing I'm saying here is this, y'all. If you look at what he holding, though, now look, if his hairstyle is just like George Washington, them, this symbol became the American United States eagle on your daughter. Now, I ain't making this up. If you look at what he holding in his hand, y'all, that is like some pimp cup type shit. Look, the Moors had many, many wives, y'all. Go read about it. You know why? Because when you conquering people at sea and conquering lands, you collect wives as that's the concubine of war. So these wars had more, like, you got to understand that these Moors were real buccaneers, vandals, and all that shit. Now, I know I won't smoke with anybody think I'm reaching about what he holding in his left hand.
Hell no,
It's some pimp cup
no
shit.
smoke. No
That's
smoke.
an old Tartarian shield that he's wearing.
I want to jump in
Lord,
on that.
The Moors, according to Dr. Walter Williams, the Moors are descendants of the Melkite Coptic Egyptians.
Hey, but listen, bro, Sanchez, I want to just drop one little thing on top of what you're saying. These would have been some of the first rappers too, with they sea shanties, with that little cup, sipping on their drink and rapping about the women that they went and smashed on the land they went to, got some gold from over there and beat some niggas up. They'll get back on the ship and rap it and sing it. These would be some of your first rappers too.
Well, you can see some of them saying the symbol of that eagle is in Egypt, ancient Egypt as well. But like Walter Williams, I think Walter Williams was on point when he said a lot of the Moors are descendants of the Melkite Coptic Egyptians that went into Morocco and built the empire.
Which was fair skin, right? They was the fair skin.
No, they was black. Just look at this guy. Look at this guy's hair. It looked just like the Egyptians on the wall.
Because a lot of the darker ones was French, bro. That's what in my research, a lot of the darker Moors was the French. Because
So I could have sworn that they said Morocco was the far extreme west, which would be Maghreb, right? So the far extreme west would be what?
But it was the northern. No, it was west of
Moors
Egypt, but it was northern Africa though.
Like I said,
Moors
we
go
call this
back
the North
farther
Gate.
than the French.
This is the Northwest Africa.
The Moors go back farther than the French.
Exactly.
See, look at that. What it say? It say a statue of a black Moor. Where that title black Moor come from?
That
come from
denotes
in the
that there's
1400s.
Moors other than black.
That came from the Spaniards.
Right, that came from the 1400s. There's like the term dreadlock came about at that time. When they say dread, the more who hair is locked. That's where you get the term dreadlock from.
But this
That
black
comes,
Amor
that comes,
also,
look, and then the Prophet Noble Drew Ali teach us, say that our people suffer slavery due to not honoring the principles of their ancient forefathers. This is a statue of someone honoring the European forefather. That's why they got his statue up there. Like today, man. We got it's just like today in modern times, man. We got Asiatics that's for our people. We got Asiatics that's against our people.
My man is jeweled up. He got on. He jeweled up. I mean, he got rings on. He got necklaces.
You speaking of stuff from the 1400s. You speaking of stuff before the 1400s. What about the Moroccan Empire that covered all but 1/4 of the globe? Covered all but 1/4 of the globe.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, man. According to Walter Williams, the Moors are descendants of the Melkite Coptic.
That's why I mentioned the term ancient Moabites. Go back to the Moabites.
Ruth Moabite,
who got permission from the pharaohs? Who got permission from the pharaohs of Egypt to settle in Northwest Africa? It was Moors crossing the Great Atlantic before the flood. The Moabites.
Because what the Moor isn't, like he said, it's an occupation. So there's going to be different Moors all over the world doing that.
Nah, I beg to differ. It wasn't an occupation. It was a descendant of the Moroccan Empire.
You saying an occupation like it's a job or some employment or something? No, that's not true. It recognize it show a Moor show the lineages of a people.
That's correct.
See, that's what I even tell you.
And that's like the carpenter. That's like the carpenter family, bro.
You could be any occupation.
That's like the Mason family. If there's people gonna be born in a family full of Masons, and they can tell people, man, we are originally Masons, but that's their occupation. That ain't their blood, and there could be a land that they was on that they can say, man, hey, this is where the Masons come from. But the truth is, the Mason is
mother and son. It has nothing to do with no occupation. Had nothing to do with no secret society. Mason was mother and son. It went deeper than that. That was what the Moors were teaching. When the Moors went into a secret society is when we try to keep the information from going out to the enemies. Because what we found out they were doing was destroying our communities all over the world. And that's what the whole Columbus excavation was when they were leaving Spain, coming out to what they call the New World.
See, and that's
so they found out that the New World, that the Moors had a whole nother world than the Americas.
See, the thing about Moors is that their ideology, a lot of their ideology is that the European brought the destruction of war and
no. That's not our ideology. That's not our ideology. See, the whole thing is we've been at war with the Europeans even since the longest standing war was the Punic Wars. And the Punic Wars lasted over 500, 600 years.
Exactly.
But see, I'm talking about the wars before, because a lot of the times y'all speak on Europeans coming later on in time. And y'all ideology is that there was technically no wars before that. This is where you would get your identity from. Moors come from the black conquistadors going across the globe, taking over your land.
We call them Caucasians because they come from the Caucasus Mountains.
Caucasus Mountains, and that's the fourth of the globe that we didn't have.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all ideology is that the destruction
of the ideology is facts. It's history. It's backed up.
He keep using the term ideology. That's not
there's no ideology, brother.
The reason why I'm using that word ideology is because it's proof that the Turks, the Moorish Empire, these Moorish people, the Moorish Temple, the science, the black nations were also at war with each other before any Caucasian people, any European, any Spaniard, any French, any Roman, any Greek. They was at war before anybody else that was of a different skin hue of them.
Listen. The Moors dealt with what we call pale skins. The ones that we were at war with, the ones that we were at war with, the ones who call themselves the Jews now.
Okay, before the ones you call the Jews, before the pale skins, when y'all was so called taking over the whole world, who were you taking the world from?
We were at
Wasn't
peace.
nobody pale skin when you was in
Yeah, we
America
treated
and you
Yeah,
was
you
ourselves
was
in
taking it
Asia?
from other
They
black
still,
people, brother. Just keep it the buck.
Exactly.
yeah, there was still
Well, if they was
Palestinians
taking
back
it from
then.
other black people,
So-called
we would
black
see
people.
results of that. I don't see no results of that.
There's
Brother,
always been Palestinians.
What do you
that's
mean you
where
don't
The
see
some people
results of that?
Iceman inheritance.
this is why
If
the
you saying the
Barbary
Moors was
people,
going around conquering other black people, we should see
yeah,
evidence of that, but we don't.
that's what
Okay,
the
we got
Turks are. That's what
it's a
pirates
Moroccan.
are.
There's a Moroccan treaty with America, which we saying that America is our original land.
1787,
So
Well,
freedom.
only reason America have a treaty with Morocco because when those
well, they say
colonizers or
Morocco is the first
colonies
country to
came over.
recognize America as
Hold
a
on.
nation.
Right, exactly.
But wait, we wouldn't. This my point is a nation of who? What stage were they setting for Americans?
The birth
That's
of a
what.
new nation.
No, exactly.
So wait a minute. This is what we got to realize, guys. And this is something very important. I'm gonna pass the mic around. A lot of us got a fantasy-like interpretation of history. And what I mean by that is all of these pirates and buccaneers were out to take whatever they could. Like, there's no group of pirates that was just saying, well, look, I ain't gonna fucking take over nobody land that look like me. If these black Moors landed in your land and they had better weapons than you and outnumbered you, they didn't say, well, these black people, we ain't gonna take over they shit. Hell no, dummy. Even white pirates took over the weak white people shit, nigga. This was about world conquest. The fuck?
The majority of slave owners in America were black or Moors. Black Moors, right? A plantation home, before it was called a plantation, was called a Bonneville. You see what I'm saying? This is a Moors concept. You see what I mean? Like, you could look this up on a Dawes roll or however y'all want to research this to confirm these facts. Most of the majority of slave owners were people of this color subjugating people of any color. But what you do is you subjugate the people that live in the place where you conquering at. So if most of the people look like this and you look like this, it don't matter. Nigga, Hutus versus the Tutsis. This shit is like,
we got to remember, Bobby. It's kind of like Sanchez was saying. A lot of people was making this stuff up, but the word for it was called adventure fiction. A lot of these sailors and pirates, they dealt with adventure fiction. You know, they would make up nice, great stories and things like that. So we got to keep that in mind as well. Adventure fiction.
Brother. Not.
I have a question.
But
Todd, excuse me, my brother Tahaka Bay. Click the link, come up, speak your mind, uninterrupted.
Oh, we got Tahaka Bay on here. Man.
I have a question. So if you go to the Iberian Peninsula as a black person, you'll be met with a lot of racism. Why is that?
you got to tell us, brother.
Well, we're dealing with history that's fragmented. So, you know, a lot of stories are, compiled of adventure fiction. Some are true, but we got to be able to sort through it, man. You know, this is not like a...
No, and I get you, Madon, with the adventure fiction, but most of that, like, even to use that term, you have to understand that was a term that they used and did practice in order to hide the atrocities that they were actually doing. So it's like you give this fanciful heroic story to hide that you going over here subjugating people and stepping on necks and putting babies in camp.
I'm not denying that.
I get what you're saying.
But
I'm not denying that some of that didn't happen. But a lot of times they was dealing with adventure fiction. Just look it up, adventure fiction.
I know what adventure fiction is.
I know what you're saying. But Madon, as a Christian, you should understand, or as a man who follow Christ, you should know the history of Christians had to fight with other black Muslims for a long time in Africa.
Well, as a Christian, you should also know that Jesus' grandmother was Ruth.
And y'all claim that Christianity or following Christ come from Africa.
I call them so-called Christians. We got to realize so-called Christians went up under their own vain philosophies and started wars across the world themselves.
But
In the
beyond all
name
of
of
that, we talking
Christianity.
about
Well,
in
we not.
Africa.
But Madon, you ain't listening. You ain't listening to the brother. He talking about Christians in Africa that were subjugated, not going for war, just for the fact that they were Christian. They were subjugated by other Black Muslim Africans. This
Well, you got to
happened.
remember this though, Bobby.
Genocided and everything.
You had what you call ancient Egyptian Christians during the time of ancient Egypt.
It
Because
don't
you had
matter,
Egyptians.
brother.
Say what?
It don't matter if they was
It
all
does
black
matter.
and
We're
y'all
dealing with
saying there was
history.
no fighting between the blacks. Y'all making it like
Yes,
they
it
was
was,
all.
man. They've been warring for years. You don't
Do
see
you
the
have
carvings
do
on the
you have
wall of
any
war
evidence
Now
for
you
your
saying it
claims?
was. Now you saying it. Come on.
Do you have
Bro.
any evidence for your claims?
Yeah,
Test 1,
plenty
2.
of it. Where you want me to start at?
Check it out. We do got the Grand Sheik on the panel. I respect him for joining Real Talk. Salutes to Tahaka Baby. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead, man. Right now I'm grubbing, but after I finish this, I got a lot of questions. But I ain't interrupting nobody. I'm letting everybody spit their history because where we stand and we sent everybody know we say the Moors was sellouts we're gonna bring our sources and proofs and all that, but we willing to hear these brothers out and be open-minded. So I'm gonna fall back right there.
Why do you
I'm
think
gonna let the
Spain?
brother Tahaka
Why
go
do you
in, man.
think?
You know,
Hold on 1 second. I'm
let
trying
the
to
brother
Why
figure
do
bring his
you
argument.
why do you think Spain and Portugal hate black people?
Because they our blood run through their veins. That's why.
brother. Okay.
Yeah. It's a movie. The brother Red Pill showed a movie a couple weeks ago on his channel. And it had a movie with this one guy
Can
that
you hear
had
me?
him sit down.
Shout
I
out
forgot
to
the name of the
Tahaka, man. Yeah, go ahead and go in, Tahaka. I don't know
Yeah, go
what he
ahead,
was
Yeah,
talking about.
Tahaka,
Go ahead, Tahaka.
This is the
yeah.
problem. This is the problem. With all of this technology and all of these assertions and accusations, we don't have no screen shares. See, I don't mind the argument that Moors enslaved somebody, but with all of this technology, nobody got a slide, nobody got a nothing. And this is the problem with our people, that we take advantage of the technology just to talk, but we don't take advantage of the technology to show and prove and shut somebody down. I invite somebody to shut me down with the proof. You follow what I'm saying? Because when you look at the history of slavery, you will find that all people have suffered as well as participated in slavery. That was never just a Moor that enslaved people. That was a cultural thing. And so when one tried to pinpoint and just corner and put it just on the Moors, that was an African thing. You know what I'm saying? During that period of time. And before there was an African thing on African people, because Moors are African. Before there was an African thing, they enslaved Europeans, targeting Europeans for enslavement. So it's a cultural thing. So the whole point that I'm saying is to try to put Moors into the box as the bad guy to enslaving other Africans, that sounds silly as ever. And I'm telling you, I'm willing to put it all on the front screen and we can debate it. And I can show you actually who these people were ethnically. I can show you who these people were genetically. I can show you who these people was from all around the diaspora of Africa.
Okay, well,
so
look.
The whole point that I'm saying
I'm
is
about to open up the screen share for you then.
Listen to what I'm saying. No. I'm not staying here all night.
Okay.
I want to set up a debate with anybody. I want to set up a debate with anybody that think that they can prove that exclusively the Moors enslaved our people.
Listen, well, wait a minute now. It ain't gonna be
You
exclusively.
just switched the argument five times.
It ain't gonna be exclusively. I'm just gonna say the Moors when exempt, they was regular pirates like any other group. What I'm saying is, if my indigenous people on this land would have saw a ship full of black Moors pulling into shore, we would have been just as scared of seeing the goddamn Nina Pinta
brother,
and
let me
Santa
tell you
Maria.
something. Hey, brother, let me tell you something. The reason why that is when you understand how history went. The Moors had controlled the seas. And so those who did not pay the price to cross over the waters, they were taken in as prisoners.
That's called pirating, though. That's
Hold on, let me
pirating.
finish. Brother, can I finish my statement?
Okay, go ahead.
That would be just like calling the Navy that controls the seas right now pirates.
They are. They are.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But that's fine. This is what I'm saying, though. That was the laws of the seas, that these people was the dominant people, and they took a tax for anybody who was trying to move throughout the seas. That's just what it was.
And
That's
they brought
what
that law to the land.
Who exactly? Because whose law is that?
No, that's what I'm saying.
But listen,
that's what the law
point,
that
God.
was agreed
But
on
listen,
by the
God, can I
dominant
say
power.
this? But that's the point of the sea law. It's a misnomer. There is no law at sea. That's the whole point.
Listen what I'm
Ain't
saying.
no law. That's why I could just jack your shit. You see
No,
what I'm saying? That's why I
this
could
was
just
organized.
say,
This was
hey,
organized.
baby,
I'm telling you, it was organized. No
I know
different
it
than
was
what
an
we see the
organized
Navy in
jack
this
move,
waters
but
right
what
now.
I'm saying is that it's no law for that. It ain't no like when you at sea, you subject to the other person will.
Listen what I'm saying, brother. Listen what I'm saying. You can call it subject to the other person will all you want, but if you go out in them waters right now and you go outside of the parameters in which is governed by the dominant nation, you will be snagged and grabbed.
How?
Yeah, maritime.
That's
still
just what it
piracy,
is,
brother. That's pirate. Well, listen.
But you can call it what you want, but you're gonna still get taken in by the Coast Guard.
That's piracy.
Brother,
listen,
you
you're
what you
more.
want.
Wait. As a Moor, you would say that if the police took me in, that's kidnapping.
I don't call it kidnapping. That's what you say. Don't confuse me with these crazy
I'm
Moors.
not saying you as a Moor.
I would not say that.
Well, I'm saying Taj Tariq Bey
would
has
be
expressed
kidnapping
that.
because they have no jurisdiction over you. Don't confuse
I've
me with
learned
that.
that from Taj Tariq Bey.
Well, Taj Tariq Bey is not no official Moorish American.
Well, let me say this.
Why? Because he's not a simple Moor like you?
No. Don't make the Moors go to beefing with each other like that. Don't do it, Grand Sheik to Huckabee. Don't answer to the Taj Bey shit. I like Taj Bey.
All right.
I got respect to you. Let's just keep this shit on if the Moors were sellouts or not, right? Because that's a big topic, man. And if somebody here that can answer that, y'all can unmute. Just keep this thing respectful. Because look, I'm gonna say this right here. He said, bring the receipts about the Moors being sellouts. Well, check this out. That's like me saying prove that they working. Once you say that,
I can.
Well, look, but before you do
I'm not going to get into it right now because I'm just coming into the stream. I say let's set up the debate. I will prove it.
I'll debate with you.
I got
Set
it.
up the debate, Sanchez.
I got it.
And I said exclusively.
All right.
And you can tell
why
me
why do it got to be exclusive?
Right, because that's all you're talking about.
I can't do the exclusive
because y'all singling out the Moors.
No, I don't think it's exclusive.
That's on trial right now.
Bro, you got a statue of a black Moor right on your screen. You're singling out the Moors.
That's just the topic as of now.
Hold on. I only hit the link. And Stoic, stop saying I'm emotional. Sanchez known me for years. He know I'm not emotional. This is my personality. If you don't know me, this is what you get.
Good people.
This is what you get. What I'm saying is this. What I'm saying was this. When I tuned in, I hear the Moors did this, the Moors did that, the Moors did this, the Moors did that, the Moors did this, the Moors did that. And so what I'm saying is, let's go with the argument that the Moors did it, and I'm going to prove exclusively that there's wrong. I mean,
okay, I can go with the argument that the Moors participated into enslaving their own people. I'm with that one.
But I'm telling you that the Moors and every other person that was in power They didn't enslave people. It was a part of the culture, and slavery was a part of it. So if you want to say
they enslaved people.
that's fine. That's fine. Listen what I'm saying.
I got a
Listen what I'm saying.
You can't
I
say
got a
that
question
slavery is a part of the culture.
just
But
Okay,
then
no.
they
I
didn't
take that
enslave
back.
people.
I take that back. I take that back.
better.
Let me say it right. 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 All
Better.
people participated in slavery, and Moors are not exclusive in
That's
that
what
process.
my argument
what we've
today
been saying the
been.
whole time.
That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying.
So your ancestors. So now let's get to it. So now let's get to it.
My
Who are
ancestors
your
ain't Moors.
ancestors? Let's pick them out. Who are your ancestors? Because they
Okay.
I don't
participated
claim
too.
Moorish
Okay,
ancestors.
now watch
Who
this.
is your ancestors?
Now watch this. Okay, look. I'm gonna be fair. I ain't gonna even do all that. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say, if you want to say that my ancestors participated in slavery, I'm not gonna debate that, because guess what? At some point, slavery, but all of the pirates built the new world, and it became a capitalist world.
Hold up. You're missing my point. Hold up. You're dancing around my point. If you want to point out the Moors, then let's point out your ancestors too. Who
Let's go.
are your
Let's get it.
lineage?
Let's
Who's
get
your
it.
ancestors?
Listen, my ancestors learned it from the Moors, though. We learned it from the
I don't
Moors
care where
and the
you learned it
Christians.
from.
and
I don't care where you learned
let
it
me
from.
answer this one. Let me get in this one. Yes, brother. Yes, they did, and it's proven in America where there's some of the Native American peoples that did own slaves. Yep, they did it, and it ain't right. It didn't make it right.
So that's the point that I'm making. So when you single out Moors, make sure you single out all ethnic groups. Make sure you single out all nationalities.
We can't do that, brother.
topic is about Moors.
Don't
Yeah,
don't do that, brother.
about
Because
the
when we
Moors
talk
right
about
now.
the native people, you need to have see, that's the thing that when Sanchez have topics about the brothers, you got brothers come up and want to be like, well, what about the sisters? What about nigga?
No,
This
that's
ain't
not
about
what I'm
that.
saying.
This ain't that though. We
I get you.
acknowledge our
What I'm
fallacies. We acknowledge other people's fallacies.
Brother, what I'm trying to say, that's not what I'm trying to say.
Nobody was exempt from slavery.
That's
so
what
now
I'm saying.
Wait. We shined a light on the J words having slaves, on Caucasians having slaves. Now that the Muslims having slaves, Arabs. Now that we shining a light on the Moors, you throwing your arms up after you just said that nobody's exempt.
No, I'm saying this. I would debate anybody on here, and I will prove when I'll find out who you were, and I will find out and I will show and prove that each and every group of people have participated in this atrocity.
I'm finna tell you that my people had
Now
slaves.
everybody know he's gonna win that. See,
Right.
you
That's
trying
right, I'm
to
a winner.
title, you trying to title it like that though. But
That's
see,
right, because that's the
Yeah.
fact of the matter. When you single out Moors, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna say, well, your ancestors.
But let me ask y'all. Let me ask him this real quick.
Okay.
Don't Moors say that? See, now if you coming up here to Hawker saying, I never denied that Moors participated in enslaving their own people, that's different. I'm speaking to the Moors that try to act like Moors was exclusive and that they
That ain't
wasn't
what we teach,
enslaving
though. That's not what we teach, though. That's not what we teach. That's why I said when I mentioned Taj Tariq Bey, I'm mentioning that Taj Tariq Bey do not follow the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. The teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali that is well taught, that is well known, that is well that is easy. That's a baby
listen,
lesson.
brother. I've learned a lot about Noble Drew Ali through Taj Tariq Bey.
No, I can say you heard a lot about Noble Drew Ali name from the mouth of Noble
not
Drew
the
Ali.
name, just about the
What-
Circle
what did
7
you-
science,
what did you learn?
Bible, all
Tell
of
me
that
what you
stuff.
learned. Tell me what you learned.
But brother, we ain't got to go that deep.
Because I'm telling you, I'm telling you, that's a name drop. That's a name
I'm not
drop.
saying beyond him dropping his name, he didn't win
Okay,
on the Circle 7 Bible, the Aquarian Bible.
We don't have anything called the Circle 7
Let's not
Bible.
make it about
The
him,
Circle
though.
7. All right,
Let's
let's
not
not.
even make it about him.
The
Yeah.
Aquarian Bible, whatever that book is.
We
that
don't have an
Noble Drew Ali
Aquarian
wrote.
Bible. You don't.
Whatever
You
the
don't.
book
Remind
is,
you, the
Noble
Moors
Drew
came
Ali
before
wrote.
Noble
But,
Drew Ali.
I'm not familiar
Absolutely
with the name
correct.
off top, brother. But you know what I'm talking about. It's two.
No,
books
that's why you haven't learned nothing because I got to figure out what you're talking about.
It's two.
You haven't
books
learned
that
anything.
Okay.
You haven't learned anything.
talking
You're
about
guessing. You're
Are we
guessing.
talking
When
about
somebody
Listen,
learns
let
something,
me
they're able to articulate
let me
it. You're
ask you
guessing.
something.
Who wrote the
But
Circle
listen,
7 Bible?
here go the dagger right here. That Islam is not indigenous to America.
Facts.
Islam? What do you mean? Would you see? You
Yes,
got to
it is.
understand. Okay, let me finish. Let me finish.
No, it is
Do
not.
you understand? Do you understand the science of which Islam is taught by Prophet Noble Drew Ali, or you talk about Islam, the cultural Islam, as you can explain it from the East? Which part?
They talk about from the East. And
From
that's
the
what I
East,
started
exactly.
out. That's
The
where I
science
started out on
that
this.
Prophet Noble Drew
Exactly.
Ali is talking about is minus
It's
all the
not from
cultural
the East.
overtones that you
Not
think
from
is
what they
Islam.
teaching today. Not what they teaching today.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
listen what I'm saying.
You're
Or
talking
what
about a
y'all,
culture.
With all due
or what
respect
y'all
to
been
Noble Drew Ali.
researching
Wait.
that they
With
have.
all respect to Noble
Come
Drew
on,
Ali.
say whatever you ask me, whatever you want.
No, I say with all due respect to Noble Drew Ali, I've went through this same thing with Rastafarians, with Haile Selassie, as far as calling people prophets. And you know, to each their own. You could look at these people as prophets, but you can't disregard the fact that they just took something that already existed and put their own spin on it. With everything that Noble Drew Ali, a prophet comes and gives you something that don't exist before.
That's
They
not
just
true. Show me a prophet brought you something that didn't exist. Name one.
It's called
No.
It's called
Stop
a
right
prophecy.
there. Stop right there.
Wait.
I want you to show
brings
me
a
a prophet.
prophecy.
Bro, I didn't ask you to break down what prophecy is. Show me a prophet that bought something that didn't exist.
I'm
Real
telling
quick.
you right now. No, wait.
Where?
That's my
Show
point.
me.
And that's my point. It's no prophets. So you making my
So
point.
okay,
I
this
got
is
you.
what I'm saying to you,
So
Sanchez.
This guy's
like,
crazy.
for you to be a prophet, you got to make a prophecy, and
Show
they just
me-
take stuff
show
that's
me
already
again.
existing and remix it. So it no disrespect to the
Hey,
brothers.
bro
That's fine what you're
Sanchez, can you
saying.
do something
But
about
you
this guy?
haven't
He's
shown
talking
me a
much.
prophet. You haven't shown me a prophet that bought something that didn't exist.
No, and I'm telling
So
you
that's a
because
fallacy. You
no,
don't
I'm
know what a
saying
prophet
prophets.
is.
He's
No,
talking
I'm
way
saying
too
prophets
much,
don't
bro
exist.
Sanchez.
Prophets don't exist. It's a
Nah.
it's a falsehood. It's a myth.
I'm finna give you the mic, Abraham.
You don't know what a prophet is. You don't know what a prophet
right.
is.
And I
That's
gave y'all prophecies of the prophet.
They
And I
don't
can
even.
show it
They
in-
don't know
and
what
I
a
can
prophet
show it-
is.
I can show
Really,
it
a
in
prophet
writing
for real,
before.
for real?
I can-
A prophet
hold on,
is
I
one
can
of
show
y'all
you in
idols.
writing. I can show you in writing prophecies that the prophet made.
The prophet,
Hold
the
up. Stop for a
prophet is an idol who's very influential for a certain sector of people. It ain't no fucking supernatural, nothing. Ain't no
Who
miracles.
said
ain't
that
no
though?
prophecy.
Who said that? Who
I'm
said
telling
that?
you what it
Who
is.
said
I'm
that?
telling you what it is.
Y'all don't know what a
I'm
prophet
saying
is.
it. I'm saying
No,
it.
no, hold on.
That's
Asking
not the
this though.
definition of a prophet.
Asking this though. Did Noble Drew Ali make any prophetic predictions or anything?
Of course he did.
That's
Of
what I'm
course he
saying.
did.
But it got to be
Of course
specific.
he did.
Name it. Let's
Now
get
listen.
Of course he
Did,
did.
did any of those hit? Now here go the dagger.
I can give you one. I can give you
Sanchez.
one.
All
Remember the fall of the stock market. He predicted that that it would crash
that.
and it would go to zero during
He
the 19.
prophesied that.
Yeah,
He
he
ain't
predicted, prophesied,
Wait.
whatever you want to call it.
It's market analysts that had been predicting the fall of the market years before we did. That's
Listen to what
market
I'm saying.
analyzation that
Listen
you
to
talking
what I'm
about.
saying. Now everything that I say.
Sanchez,
Now hold
in
up,
our
hold up.
time, they said
I can
when
give
the
you some
market
more, but
crashed in
now
our
I
time,
see.
Sanchez,
Hold up,
didn't
hold
they
up.
say that shit was worse than the Great Depression?
Yeah,
They've
Listen to
been
me.
talking
Listen
about
to me.
that market crash coming for fucking 6 years
Listen
before
to
it
me.
happened. They say
Let me
it's
say
gonna
this.
happen.
Now
Looking at all
everything
the
that I
analytics,
say.
them folks not prophets.
We're gonna hear him out. We're gonna hear him out.
Now everything that I say, right? Everything that I say, you're going to have some sort of counter and say, "Oh, that's not a prophecy," because it is. I can tell you
That's
that
not a
he
prophecy,
predicted it was going to rain yesterday. You say, "Well, it was a forecast."
Well, look.
So that's not. That's ridiculous.
Well,
Let's
think
get down
about it.
to the.
Well, hold up, GS.
Sanchez, let me get the
Hold on. We gotta be
Sanchez,
fair
when
with
you're
this
done.
prophecy thing. This is a good topic here, cause that title is thrown on a lot of folks. And I'm saying, if you study economics and you can predict the stock market, you could go out there and tell folks God gave you the power and his prophet, or you can tell them, look, man, you need to get your economic studies up. You need to fucking.
Okay,
if I can predict the weather,
with this.
okay, well, look,
That wasn't the case.
It'll be up to me to believe that he's really prophetic versus this brother, just a smart brother that know how the market goes.
Brother Sanchez, in the Morris Science
Sanchez,
Temple of
in the
America.
Let him respond. Y'all got it. Y'all
Brother
go
Sanchez,
one time.
let me
Yeah.
explain something to you
In
different
the
from
beginning
all
of
these
this
other
show,
groups.
in the beginning of this show, I told you a prophecy.
In the Morris Science
What
Temple
about
of America.
Excuse me,
Oh, my
Ty,
bad,
Let me say
Michael
this,
Young.
please.
Go ahead.
Let me say this here. His name Michael Young Bass for the record.
I
Don't play
just
with
see
my
Young.
name.
I see young,
Yeah.
brother. That's all I see
It's-
on the screen. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. It's young. I'm Young Bay.
All right, go
Okay.
ahead.
The prophet prophesied that star and crescent. When astrologers, scientists say it's gonna be a full moon, that's a prophecy.
I want to
He
say
prophesied. He
That bit is not
prophesied. He
a
prophesied.
Now,
prophet.
if
He
you know
prophesied.
when, if you
He
know the
prophesied.
moon
Hold on,
cycles,
excuse me. He prophesied. Okay, he prophesied. People, I told you about how he prophesied certain individuals getting into office. He prophesied that. That's in newspapers, etc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He prophesies. He prophesies. He prophesies. I don't like to use the term, but I say a female vice president,
I
a
got
male
you.
president.
Watch this.
He prophesies. But regardless, I want to say this though. I want to say this. Most people in the Moorish Science Temple of America do not use the prophecies to validate their standing as Moorish Americans.
So why do we need to?
I'm telling
Because
you
the
that
Moorish America is only a temple more.
Okay,
There was
so
more
okay,
before
so
Noble
okay,
Sword.
so
We
the
just showed up
Simpsons
in
is
things.
prophets then.
Let me
The
finish.
Simpsons
Most
predicted
people do not
9/11.
use that. It's the wisdom that was taught by Prophet Noble Drew Ali.
Noble Drew Ali first started as a civic organization. It had nothing to do with ecclesiastical. Everything
Brother, you
was
don't
a
know what
civic
you're talking about.
organization.
You don't
Are
know
you
what you're
kidding me?
talking about. Prophet Noble Drew Ali was calling himself a Muslim in 1913,
Because he was
1916.
born from his mother. A Muslim is a tissue.
Brother, I'm not
It's a
getting
human
into this.
flesh, brother.
Brother, this is why I say debate me. I like people to be
I'll
quiet and
debate
I
you.
show my receipts.
Amir
Set the
El
debate up,
Bey, Tahaka,
Sanchez.
you know me. I'll debate you any day.
Set the debate up, Sanchez. I
I'll
want you to
set
be
it
the
up.
moderator, Sanchez.
Okay, I'll do it. Y'all both email me and let's get on a call in the
I
back in
eat 'em
private,
up.
and we'll set it
That
up.
sounds good, man. And
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna screen share everything and make sure you show your face so people can see.
I'll show my face.
Get embarrassed. All right.
The prophets are for religion, though, brother. Prophets are for religion.
So
prophet is
Kahaka,
a-
let me ask you a
is a-
question,
is a
Kahaka.
twofold
Peace,
mission.
King. What would you say the Moors descend from?
What do you mean descend from? You know, from Africa?
He gonna say
No, we don't.
I mean,
yeah,
what?
oh,
I mean,
okay, yeah,
what do you mean
because
from
I'm just
Africa?
saying.
Let me
That's-
finish. Hold up. Can I
okay,
answer the question?
okay.
I'm trying to get clarity on the question. What do you mean, like descend from Africa or descend from the indigenous Americas? What are you saying?
No, I'm saying like they descend like you. I heard Walter Williams years ago said that the Moors were descendants of the Melkite Coptic Egyptians, and I heard some people say the Moors are descendants of the Moroccan Empire.
Right.
Some even went so far as to say they were descendants of Hannibal. I just wanted to know your understanding.
The Moors are a people that, and I don't like to say it like this because it's so cliche, but they're indigenous to the planet. And this is what I mean by that. Hold up, I want to finish. This is what I mean by that. The Moors, the Moors was a global people. And so they civilized all parts of the planet. Before the Europeans start to navigate and move and learn how to navigate, the Moors had already been here in the Americas. And when we say in the Moors, we're not talking about the Moors as it relates to a name. It's relating to the people that is of that bloodline. They had already been here. And then when you're talking about the Moors of the Moroccan Empire, you're talking about the people of northwest, southwestern shores of Africa. Those were the dominant society or empire, which was Mauritania. Now, those from Mauritania, Morty means ones that went west. They came from east and they dwelled into Egypt and the Nile Valley. So all of these are different time periods. So it depends on what time periods are you talking about. You know what I'm saying?
That's why
If you're
I asked the
talking
brother
about the time
Sanchez
period,
what time period he talking about when they mentioning these different
Yeah,
things. Because if we go back from ancient time, we go back for the ancient Moabites. That's why I mentioned the term Moabite. We go back to ancient time, then we was before all that.
that's what I'm saying.
Well,
It depends the time period.
I mean, I understand that answer. That's a good answer.
It all depends on the time period of what you're talking about, because the Moors traversed the planet. And so, yes,
Yeah, 'cause they was
indigenous
pirates.
to the Americas. Yes, they are northwest, southwestern shores of Africa. Yes, they are East African. Yes,
And watch
they are.
this.
It depends
and
on
guess
the time
what?
period.
And the Moors wasn't just all black, is what I'm saying. Because here's my thing now because more is an occupation Yeah, but
No,
there
no,
were, listen,
no, no. You see,
listen,
y'all keep
listen.
saying that occupation.
Hold up,
That's
hold
it.
up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Hold up, wait a minute, wait a minute. When they're all color pirates,
Brother, that's false, brother.
Hold on, let me say this.
That's
hey,
false
look, watch this. Hey, look, hey, watch
when we
this.
get
No,
to the
look.
Moabite,
Here go white Moors right here in this artwork.
Bro, because somebody called themselves Moors, that don't mean they call you niggas. That don't mean you a nigga.
No, but this what I'm
Brother, that
saying,
is
brother.
not, brother.
The
Come on,
term
brother.
Moor,
You talking
no.
about 16th century.
The
You talking about
term Moor
16th
from its
century
inception.
Europeans.
No,
Unless they
listen.
usurp.
Before
Come
this,
on, brother.
before this group of people that people are claiming now separated and grew this
Brother, when was
piracy
this?
culture. Hold
This
on,
is
wait
the
a minute,
16th,
Taharka.
17th century. Come on,
Before
brother.
they
You tripping.
separated and made this piracy culture,
This
right,
brother's tripping.
and started calling themselves the Moors
I ain't
and
gonna help you get no views
civilizing
with
the
this
world,
nonsense. Set up
right,
the
which is
debate,
what the
man.
colonizers said they was doing, civilizing savages. We got you. So I'm saying that before all of that, Moor, just the term Moor itself was applied to anybody as an occupation who learned how to fasten a ship and navigate the oceans. Anyone could be a Moor, my brother.
Hey, that's mooring, my brother.
Wasn't limited to
Yeah,
a skin color like black
but
people
listen,
is Moor.
you can't
Anybody was a Moor.
separate the two from each other though. You really can't.
One's an action, one's a nation.
Let me show you something. If you look
One's
at
an
this,
action, one's a
watch
nation.
this, watch this, watch this. If you look at the symbol of the Moors, it's a ship's anchor.
Thank you.
It's a ship's anchor.
right? That's what they showing you though. Let me say this: since y'all keep saying the pirates, the ships. What about before the Moors? Before they even had ships? Before they even crossed? Hold on. Before they even crossed the Atlantic?
Well, a ship anchor is a
Hey, listen, man. Check it out. Check it out. A pirate ain't limited to just ship. A pirate is any man that believes. See, this is what you got to realize. The thing that the black Moors, white Moors, and the Buccaneers and all of these pirating cultures had in common is they had a spiritual system that justified their vandalism. It was a form of manifest destiny, just like what the Moors had. That's the only way you can justify. Yeah, they all had.
The Moors controlled all law, land, air, and water. That's what law stands for.
These Moors got the same symbol that the cowboys wore, who was
Well,
you know.
listen, this symbol right here, the Moors will tell you that's a sharif, where the sheriff come from, and the deputies to deputize people. They'll tell you that
That's
the
right.
Moors even set all of that shit up. The sheriff was the sharif. You know what I'm saying? Like
Now,
this
but
is all.
see, now
Like this
check
is all.
this out.
Like y'all gotta hold some of this shit, man, and like just own up to it. It ain't to challenge y'all like, oh, y'all did this. It's to say, hey, look, man, we need to just come clean and put all our bullshit on the table so we can know what need to be kept and what need to just get did away with.
But see, check this out too, Bobby. If they can prove that it come before if they could prove that green star was put on their flag before the French put it there on that red flag, then they also got to prove that it's not connected to the seal of Solomon in Judaism.
Now, guess
Our original
what, y'all?
flag is a tree in the top left-hand corner.
I ain't talking about no tree. I'm talking about the star. I'm talking about the star.
Our original flag, our original national flag has a tree in the top left-hand corner and an all-red flag.
Which one of y'all got that with the tree on it? Let me see. Put the picture on your picture.
Look, let me show them something real quick, right? Because I'm going to go deep with this shit real quick. Watch this, y'all. Here go the Moor. They fall up under the 5, right? Because in this occult shit, just like with the gangbangers, you got the obverse and the reverse, right? You got the goddamn 5-pointed star, the pentagram. You got the 6-pointed star. All this is the two powers that one govern the body, one govern the spirit. The law that governs the body, earthly possessions, land, properties, that's the obverse. When you look at the Moorish 5-pointed star, this is the science that they embody. So the whole legal justifications that justify pirating laws, taking somebody else's shit, they were the wizards of creating the legalese to justify that. You got to realize that.
Nigga, this with all contracts, Sanchez. This why they say they was the first ones with treaties and land patents, treasuries, what you call it, estates, and all of this shit, man. Like
and
this,
bro,
land was supposed to just be, nigga, wherever you laid your hat was you home, Papa Rolling Stone type of shit. These the ones that started getting people in the contracts and all of this shit where it wasn't necessary.
That's right, bro. And you see that 5-pointed star is not only called the Seal of Solomon, but it's called the Tetragrammaton. And they said that they used it to speak with the spirits and control demons and shit with it.
And I'm gonna show you some shit. And I'm gonna tell you something. When they be like, well, you know, everybody participated in slavery, but you know, the indigenous people of this land didn't even understand the concept of a slave until they met y'all. Until they met y'all buccaneers and pirates and vandals. We didn't understand this goddamn pilgrim culture till it bit our ass. And just like a vampire, when he bites you, you start biting motherfuckers. And then you're gonna tell us that, goddamn it, you know, well, you bit people too. Well, shit, you turned us to vampires.
And it's
You
kind of
bit
funny
us,
how they will admit that this whole system is so-called our law, Moorish law. You know what I'm saying? The terms and contracts that they set up. But when you
Because
see
it all
how
comes from Latin.
huh?
It's all Latin law. It comes from Latin. It comes from
But
Spain.
I'm saying, but even if you look at Latin, Taj Tariq Bey, I'm telling you, he'll tell you that Latin is Latin itself is Moorish is Moorish English.
It
right?
is Moorish.
Right,
It is.
right. So that's what I'm
that's
saying. It's
how
like
they
you gave
express
none of this could be dodged, right? That's why I'm saying, like, you claiming certain things is like once you claim it, you got to claim the totality of it.
You sure
You know what I'm
do.
saying? So it's like
you can't take all the good and say I want all the
brother
good.
Amir for just, you know, dialoguing and taking on the good with the bad, because I'm listening to you and you ain't ducking none of this shit. You know what I'm saying?
No,
And I
you
ain't
gotta take it.
throwing it on your plate like, oh,
right.
y'all fucked up people. We just looking at what got us here. If we don't bring it all out to the table, we liable
And that's
to make
how the
the same
Moors got all their
Bobby,
riches.
piracy wasn't started by the Moors. Piracy was started because the kings didn't want to pay a lot of the people who was navigating ships,
Let me
delivering
explain.
delivering
Madonna,
goods.
anybody who navigated the ship was a Moor. That's what you missed.
That ain't what piracy
brother.
is. What Madonna talking about. He don't know what piracy is. He
I know
don't know what
piracy
piracy is.
I know where it started at.
Guess what?
Privateers.
Let me tell you what piracy is. Just like them Somalia dudes right now that fucking be taking over the cruise ships and all that shit. These pirates and some. It's simple, dude. It's nothing but a band of brothers at sea where there are no laws that anything go. See, here's the thing about a pirate, y'all. If I catch your ship slipping at sea and dock it, remember now, when I dock your ship, the pirates at sea turned that into a land of law where you go to the doctor when you born, birth, and all that.
Thank you.
The canal that they use to dock your ship with is this tube they throw on your shit and they walk across and shit. Now watch this, right? God damn it, everything that happened at sea, since it's in no country's waters often in these pirating waters, you can't even bring them to justice.
No jurisdiction.
Can't bring them to justice, yeah.
That's why they have
when we look
the
at
whole
piracy,
thing we trying to say, Madonna.
When we look at
They brought that land of the sea. They brought that law of the sea to the land, right? So now you can't say, well, it ain't piracy when, in fact, if you record a NFL game and you do something with it, what they gonna charge you with? Piracy laws. You see what I'm
just
saying?
telling you how
No. You can't duck some of this shit. That's what I'm saying. They literally brought the law of the sea into the land, and everything is piracy. When you pay taxes on your home and all that, that's piracy, bro.
That's when you give them birth.
And you know, we
Getting a license to
inception,
drive
though,
a
Bobby.
car and paying a motherfucking a licensing fee every year to get your shit ready, that's piracy, bro. That's what I'm saying.
You're conflating history, brother.
Hold on.
Piracy,
bro.
Excuse me, brother.
Piracy started
I just want to say something real quick.
Kings didn't want to pay
Yeah,
people,
one at a time, y'all. Let one mic.
Well,
Let
Please, I know
know I'm
everybody
new
get
here.
in.
I know I'm new here and
All I'm
all of that.
saying is this. All I'm saying is this, Bobby. Real quick. All I'm saying is this. When we look at piracy as a historical event, most of us started because the kings didn't want to pay the people who was going out delivering goods.
That's
But I'll let the
false,
brother with the
man.
locks go ahead.
That's
So
false,
I
bro.
want to speak about
public.
I would like to speak about the remedy to all of this, because these conversations are great, but at the end of the day, the solution, right? I was putting it in the chat. A couple people said a couple things, but the solution to this is us creating our own system. Now, how do we do that? We do that through state governments. We utilize international law. We enforce treaties. Without setting up our own state governments, you cannot enforce any treaties and get the remedy that our people need. So, like I said, it's good to talk about this stuff, right? But we need to start structuring up and organizing within our geographical territories and getting these things in motion, because this historical stuff is great, right? We know that there was a lot of deception along the way. There was a lot of infighting. There was a lot of manipulation. It's not just the quote unquote white man's fault. We played a big role in our own demise. But now let's do the right thing as a people and set these nations up. Let's bring it to the United Nations.
Can I ask you a question, brother? When
Sure.
does a treaty dissolve? What's
When
the
is a
time?
treaty? Thank you,
What's the, like,
Bobby.
listen,
Never.
think about it. I got a contract. Like right now, if me and you sign a contract, I can't put you in it forever. So when do these treaties dissolve? Like the treaty
They
with
don't.
the Moors?
They don't dissolve.
Like, how's this
and the
contract? Think
United
what you just
States
said.
have the
It
longest
don't.
standing
How's
treaty.
a piece of paper that was signed by people? Hold on, wait a minute. People
Yeah.
that me and you have literally no attachment to. How is that still applicable to us? This is what we gotta understand.
Let me answer that question.
We gotta
Can I answer that part?
wait, hold on, brother. So
okay.
when I'm saying, but what you saying about changing the system, I agree with that. But what I'm saying, changing the system is just saying, bro, that shit don't apply to me. Once the contract run its terms, you can't put perpetuity on something that I literally had no involvement in. You can't make it perpetual to me, brother.
That's how they would even allow
treaties and all. Like, think about it, brothers in the bush. What contracts do they do? What contracts and licensing do they apply to? What identification do they got to give people?
They're outside of the
Do they
system
got to
completely.
pull out?
They're
Hey, that's the
outside.
problem though too. The Moors, the people who came and set the law. So how
That's
can
what
we,
I'm saying.
how,
Y'all
yeah,
set
so
the
how,
law.
so how we gonna do
unbeknownst
some
to this,
contracts to try to build the states and
So
shit? What
we
you
need
talking
to
about
abandon
reincorporating
nations.
into the
Abandon
same,
it, God. That's what I'm saying. You
yeah,
need to
we can't
abandon
do
no,
that,
it's
bro.
not
feed
that.
the
You have a
beast no
Yes,
more.
it
misconception.
is. They
No.
set the law so it was more prestige to call yourself a Moor. So that's why our people sitting around calling themselves Moors right now, bro. We gotta
What?
stop
See,
that
now
Listen,
shit
watch
to make
this
it
shit
listen.
better.
though, but
There's
see, check
treaties
this
in
out, brother.
place.
Check this out. Because
Check.
what Madon was trying to say about the king shit, he was almost on point, but he was trying to make it about traveling with the goods and sending it this way, that way. But it was really about the king was sending the noblemen to go conquer certain lands for his territory and bring some of that
You heard
gold
of
and
Christopher
artifacts back.
Columbus, bro?
But
Yes, but look,
Derek, hold
wait a
on,
second.
Derek.
But wait a second.
Listen.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold up.
I never got a chance to respond to what he was
this
saying.
is what we call the black nobility today. These your black nobility.
Those are the sellouts. Those are the sellouts.
The boule, right? But Derek, this what like enforcement. Look at the words that we use, bro. Like when the Moors enforced what they did, they didn't enforce that shit with love and respect. They enforced that shit with scimitars, long ass swords with curves on them. So you ain't enforcing no treaty without stepping on, but like just think of the words that you use.
That's what the United Nations are
Nothing
for.
can be enforced. Just the terminology, enforcing something. That means that nigga, I'm finna make you do this. But how?
Right.
So what governs the law, right?
Law enforcement officers, and that's an agency. The sheriff and the federal marshals are part of the Constitution, but the law enforcement officers can be done away with because they're agencies with an agent. Let's get it.
That's right.
That's that black and white. That's that black and white. That's that red and blue. That's that 5 and that 6. It's all the system. One side, the other side, bro. There's no way around.
So
like,
we were
you
talking.
trying to
We were talking
justify
about
this bullshit,
the system
bro.
pays you. You're
We were talking
part
about
of
Noble
a
Drew
trust
Ali at one point, right?
because of the system.
Because what Moors is talking about is sovereignty. So true sovereignty would be
Comes through
outside of a law.
statehood. Statehood is where true sovereignty
It's
lies.
outside
You
of
cannot
law.
be
by treating more into the thread that started the whole stitch, bro.
I'm
That's
talking.
not
what I'm
what
telling
it's
you.
Listen
about.
to me. Listen. True sovereignty ain't got shit to do with statehoods and none of that.
Thank
True
you.
sovereignty
That's
is what
not
them brothers in the
true.
bush is
Based
doing.
off of what?
But you got based on the law, you correct. But what I'm saying is, you just said it's people who operate outside of that, which is where we really need to be. Being inside.
Yes, so we set up our own governments.
No, but listen, the only government is the real Islam, I, self-law, and master. The only government is the original shit that we had when they came over here. Don't tread on me. You do you, and I do me. That was that snake. That's the original. Don't tread, meaning that what I'm doing, as long as it don't interfere with what you're doing, you shouldn't have no problem with what I'm doing. But what we found is that through this tribal chieftain shit that the Moors came and set up with boundaries and shit like that, you can tread on me. You can get it. You can get your group of 100 people. Wait a minute. You can get your group of 100 people or 1,000 people, come down to my village or whatever, and enforce that word you just said, law on me, and enforce contracts on me. That I'm just like, what I'm gonna do at gunpoint when you say, hey, listen, if you the men of the sword, that's what the Moors say.
last
The
name
men
they
of the
means law
sword. Listen,
enforcement.
listen to what they telling you. They coming with the pen or the sword, nigga. You either go sign a contract or put your head on the stake.
Those are the days.
That's real enforcement, bro.
Yeah,
that's how the law enforcement.
And I'm trying to explain to everybody how you set it up.
In that same predicament with maritime law. If
But
you
that's
don't agree with the law, they do the same thing with your life. You either go sign a contract, meaning you go plead out or plead guilty, or you go put your life behind them bars, which is killing yourself.
Yes, but the way I'm trying to break it down is that nations only speak to nations, right? So ultimately, if you need protection, you can't get protection from the United States. They obviously, we know that they're completely corrupt, everything like that. So what do some Moors do? They go say, I'm gonna go authenticate the birth certificate. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna jump through this hoop. I'm gonna jump through that hoop. I'm gonna be a United States of America national. That's another trick bag. That's another level of deception.
We need protection.
So sovereignty is for the
He said we need protection if we need protection for our nation. But
we set up our own governments and bring them to the International Court of Justice.
Hold on. This is the problem. We needed protection from the fucking Moors.
We needed protection from the Moors, so we gonna get protection
And
from them.
now we got to
listen,
turn around and
look at
ask
what
the
you
Moors,
look at what
can
you
you
saying,
protect
brother.
us?
Man, you
can
ain't
you
even
protect
came
and
give
whoop
us
his
everybody
ass
else. That
already?
shit sound crazy, bro.
Hold on real quick, guys. They trying to give us recompenses that we've seen on every level. Don't bring no type of remedy. You see what I'm saying? From appellate court to, you know what I'm saying?
International law.
to the Supreme Court, to the international world.
That's the highest level.
But my point being is this: indigenous people who opted out of the game, so to speak, they don't deal with none of that shit. I'm not going to no courts. I ain't doing nothing. Like, you can't make me play the game that I don't sign up for. That's what I'm saying. If I don't sign up for the game,
and you're
that's stateless. You can't make. I'd rather be. Yes. I don't want
you have no protection.
That's not stateless.
You just said we don't got protection.
Can I just say one thing?
You just literally said we don't got protection now.
Under the United States,
can I just say one thing?
We only have civil rights as citizens.
Can I just say one thing?
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
How many of y'all really study the law? Let me ask y'all that.
Can I just say,
everything you saying only applies to the 1%. That's why even when we talk this reparation talk,
can
you can't get reparations without a nation. You can't get reparations without a nation.
Okay, but listen, even the nations that got reparations, it only went to the top people, the brothers like
the government.
To the
government. You know what?
I'm saying.
You know what? I don't think. I'm saying, like, everyone's reparations ain't based on nationhood, because when you talk about like FBA and indigenous people, it's based on family lineage.
But that's what reparations mean. Repair a
It
nation.
sounds like he's saying that we got to say we
What?
Moors to get reparations. Is that correct?
Listen, the
No,
thing about reparations is about repairing a situation that you were the cause of, and you could have wronged the nation, or you could have wronged the private family. So in a case of black people in America, we could say, look, y'all owe reparations to a bunch of group of private families.
Listen,
and each
Your
private
family is a
family, look,
nation.
and each private family got to prove that their lineage can trace back to a wrong that was done to them on this land. And there you go.
And guess what?
See, the
And
thing
then
about
how many of them got a check?
I'm finna tell you who got it right now. Reparations, the people in Rosewood got a check for the shit that happened to them. All the black atrocities that happened to, but they don't give us.
But those are small victories, though.
Wait,
I'm
they
not
don't.
using
But
small
no.
victories.
But you missing my
A
point.
bunch of small
victories
lead
equals
to
a
a big
large
one.
victory.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like the folks in Cali, they showing us the way to get your reparation. All these atrocities.
Oh yeah. I
You
was
can't
gonna
get
play
reparations
all
without a
these
nation,
atrocities that went on in the United States, brother. All these cities that didn't had motherfucking riots and have been burnt down and flooded out. That's your way to repair yourself. Everybody is tied to that. That's indigenous here in some way, shape, or form, one way or the other.
Yeah, man.
I think that we need to focus
Bobby,
on
I was
how
gonna-
the world is run and not just how we think it's supposed to be over here. Nations speak to nations, governments speak to governments. We will
So
never
are
get a
we
true
supposed to
remedy
say
as a
we
people.
Moors
Say it again.
to get the reparations?
Bro,
Are we
you've been
supposed to say
ranting
we
for like
Moors?
2 hours.
Say it again.
Well,
Hey,
I got a
Abraham,
question. If you gonna get
we're gonna
reparations,
pass it
right?
around.
Y'all speaking on reparations. If you gonna get reparations, then what nation is you gonna claim reparations under?
That's what I'm asking.
Okay, that's what I'm telling y'all. I like that
which
question.
is a nation.
I
State
like
is synonymous with nation.
They don't
I
need a
wanna,
nation.
there. The
you know
information
what?
is out there.
You know what, y'all? I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit, right? Y'all saying we got to become a nation, but the people who trying to give us reparations, they ain't saying that.
Right.
Because they're misleading us. That's
Exactly.
the trick.
Why would that be the trick?
Because ultimately,
wait.
when you
The
bring
folks
them
in
to
Rosewood got their reparations though.
what did they get?
And many other black cities, they got millions of dollars.
But
And,
think about what
how
you're
is that
saying,
benefiting
though,
the rest of
brother.
us?
If
Wait,
you go
how is
to
that
make a
benefiting
new
each and
joint,
every
they
one of
gonna
us?
call me alien.
Listen
They
to
want
what
to give me the money.
Where's your $1 million
brother.
at?
Listen.
Where's your $1 million
The
at?
fallacy that a reparation paradigm benefits a whole group of people is what I'm trying to tell you. It don't. When
It
you
goes to the government.
Wait a minute, D. When Japan got reparations again, that only benefited the 1%. The China got reparation that only benefit the everyday motherfucker like me and you walking around in China is still fucked up, bro. Reparations or not, that's coming to them. It don't trickle down that far. They have to repair themselves through local shit that go on there, like
Do you know how much
atrocities that happen in
taxes
China.
the United States of America owes
let me
our
ask
people?
you this question. Let's say that's true what you're saying, right?
Even in the Act of Algeciras, it speaks about all the things that they have to pay taxes for.
Well, let me say this to the brother. If that's true what you saying, that everybody don't get reparations, the little people, whatever, then what you fight for reparations for then? Why we even talk about reparations right now? If we ain't gonna get nothing.
I can answer that.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Go ahead,
because
Sanchez.
the people in power brought it up because look, they was apologizing for slavery, talking about the Juneteenth. It was all, we can go back far. But look, we didn't bring up reparations. The people, the indigenous black folks in America, man. The folks in power brought it up, and they thought just having a conversation would prove to the world that they were sorry about the wrongs they did. And then a bunch of black folks started challenging that, saying, well, look, if y'all want to prove you really sorry, actually cut the check. That's when they came out with cut the check. Don't just talk about reparations. That ain't, because they thought just having a conversation was like they was going to be put on it ain't that we started the conversation. We started to respond like, oh man, this shit is just, they ain't sorry. They don't give a fuck about what they done wrong in the past. They having a conversation to save face, to make the modern folks who benefiting off of slavery make it look like they really sorry about it. But if you really sorry, cut the check. That's what.
And
that's
they'll
what
never
folks
cut
were
the
saying.
check, because anybody that calls themselves Black, Negro, African American, Indian, any of those misnomers that they control, we'll never get reparations without our own government. This is what everything's about. Noble Drew Ali, y'all were talking about that when I got Noble Drew Ali, y'all were talking about.
Let me chime in. Let me chime in. Let me chime in. I'm new. Let me chime in.
But listen, and after you chime in, I want to hear Derek and Michael teach us why you got to have everybody say you got to have a nation.
Share this information with y'all. I'm from New York. Look, I'm from New York. Right now, I'm working with a couple of people.
I'm about to give you some definitions.
Behind the scenes, setting up our own
This
state
guy's
governments
been ranting
in real
for
life.
like 2
this
hours.
is not
Literally
a game.
ranting 2 hours.
I'm trying to see.
Nobody's ranting, bro. But it's called passion.
You gotta let that brother finish.
But wait a minute.
I can't even get 30 seconds.
Hold on. Okay, so look, this is what we're gonna do.
You can't handle it?
No, this is what we're gonna do. Let's infinite ability, we're gonna let you grab the mic. But look, while we on this conversation, let's let Derek and Michael tag team it and let them because they've been saying all night you got to be a nation. I don't agree with that. So I'm gonna let them really explain that shit, because like I hear a lot of folks say that, but I thought other folks got reparations that won nations. So I'm gonna let them go and say it. Go ahead. Yeah. And then you can go.
Yeah, I'm gonna help them out too. After they're done, I'm gonna help them out. Go ahead, y'all finish.
Okay, yeah. So the things that you need to start a nation, right? I'm working with some people right now. I'm from New York. We setting it up in the background. We about to come online very shortly. You gotta have a state constitution, a state flag, a state seal, an oath of allegiance, an oath of office, inauguration. All of that stuff is what you need in terms of the foundationary pieces, right? Now, we were talking about Noble Drew Ali when I first got on the call. Noble Drew Ali, I'm paraphrasing, right? He basically said, I only brought you half of the information, right? Because that's all the people was ready for at that time. The other half of the information is statehood. He only could do so much in his limited lifetime, right? What he was trying to do and what he established, I heard somebody had mentioned the ecclesiastical aspect of the system that he set up. But notice that within that, there was only a certain amount that he can do. It was still under the United States jurisdiction, even though he's calling it the Moorish Science Temple of what? Of America. Now, as we do more research and we start digging into documents and reading treaties and understanding the language of the treaties, people need to know that this landmass is really called Morocco, and that America is just a jurisdiction. Hold on. America is just a jurisdiction. Hold on. America is just a jurisdiction, which is an overlay.
I'm in Tampa, man. The Gasparilla was the Shriners. I'm
not talking about none of that, brother. I'm not talking about none of that.
Okay, go ahead.
One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Let him finish.
Go ahead.
One thing at a time. Let him finish. Let him finish.
I'm
one thing
talking about
at a time.
Jurisdiction, right? Jurisdiction is what controls the land, right? So ultimately, before the United States of America, it was the 13 colonies, right? Then they turned into the United States of America. They had contracts, i.e. treaties, with our ancestors that were already here. And of course, like anything else, through infighting, just infiltration, they abridged those contracts, and then they created the United States. Those are two different platforms. That's why you still see Trump flying on Air Force One, and then you see Joe Biden, and you're like, since when have I seen two presidents at the same time? It's because it's two different platforms. One is de jure and one is de facto. Taj Tariq Bey talks about that all the time, right? So ultimately, we have to understand where all of this deception comes from. The land is called Morocco. There's an overlay. You know, when we went to school and the substitute teacher had the little thing with the wheels and you put the clear paper over it and then you overlay. That's all this is. This territory is Morocco. It's overlaid with the United States of America.
Excuse me. So is that why the United States and Morocco, the corporate country, has the longest standing treaty? Their treaty is like 240.
Morocco was founded in 1956. Morocco was founded in 1956. The Morocco that we know today in Africa was founded in 1956. Before that, there's a case, the case concerning the rights of nationals of the United States of America in Morocco in 1952. So since we know Morocco came into existence in 1956, which Morocco were they talking about? They talking about the Morocco here that very few people know is Morocco. We think that this place is America. And
so
that's a fact.
So that's the longest standing treaty right now, like 250 years old.
Yes.
All right, let's get it. Go ahead.
The treaty of
excuse me. I'm in Tampa and Gasparilla just had a parade, the Buccaneers, but why ain't no Moors? I never seen Moors. I've seen Shriners my whole life, but I never
Moors
seen
is the most
Moors.
forbidden name in America.
They're gonna have to take that fez off soon too.
So who are the Berbers in
lands
Northern Africa?
exposed. They gonna have a lot of people gonna have like a rude awakening when all this stuff comes together. There's right now currently there are 7 Moorish states that people have no idea about that are online. That those things that I listed, they took those steps. Their constitution was ratified, propagated, and deposited with the United Nations. They're aware of what we're doing. They'll never recognize us like putting it on their website, but they acknowledge us. Now in law, that has 2 different meanings. Recognizing somebody is basically, for example, putting their name on their website, right? As a list of the nations of the world. But acknowledgement is like when you see a nigga in the street and you see him from a distance and you just head nod him like, yeah, what's up? Like, yeah, we see you. We know you official, but we not promoting you as such because they know everything is over after that. Soon as they start.
So what time period would you say the overlay occurred?
Say it again?
What time period will you say the overlay?
So we talking about when they came over here from Great Britain, right? We was tearing their ass up over there. They was begging for mercy. We was on the high seas, robbing them left and right, killing their men, they taking their women and children.
The overlay happened in 1861.
Hey, Sanchez, can I get the flow for a second, man?
No, so you said around the 13th century, around like the 1300, 1400s.
Let me address everything this brother said because nobody is addressing what he said.
All right, okay.
Sanchez, let me get the flow. You said everybody.
Let Mike hop in then.
Let me say this, man. Let me say this because it's confusion here, and the prophet ain't teach that this is Morocco. First of all.
It wasn't time.
The prophet ain't teach, huh?
It wasn't the time. People couldn't handle it.
No. Hear me out, bro. Hear me out. Anyway, it ain't nothing about no here's the time. Then you said the prophet line.
I only brought you to half.
No. Let me get the floor, brother. Okay, please. Because I listen to everybody. I give everybody respect. And I expect the same. We can't talk over each other and get no understanding. Now, I'm finna read what the prophet say. He say, then the dominion of, well, hold on, let me go down to where he said, what the prophet said, because the prophet don't support this Africa. Because first of all, what about the Atlantic? The Atlantic was a piece of land that was here before the Great Atlantic Flood. See, we got to start from ancient time. We can't jump up into this song time and that time.
Read something from the prophet.
Man, hold on, be quiet, man. Come on now.
What did the prophet say about the new Moors and the old Moors? The new Moors are gonna come down and sit your old Moors down?
No.
Well, you gotta let the brother make his point, man.
Look here, man. In that case, I'm the new Moor. The prophet said he came for those unborn and yet beneath his knees. You talking to a sheep, man. You ain't talking to one of these dudes that just been.
And what do you think you talking to over here?
Man, come on now. Now, okay, then let's go what the prophet say. Let's see what the people say. Either you lying or the prophet lying. Now I'm finna read what the prophet say from Egypt, the capital dominion, the capital empire of the dominion of Africa. Okay, the prophet tells you explain. He say the Moabites from the land of Moab who received permission from the pharaohs of Egypt to settle in inhabited Northwest Africa.
Now, wouldn't Moab be in Utah?
Hold on. He said they were the founders and the true possessors of the present Moroccan Empire. Right? He's talking about Moroccan. He's talking about the Moroccan Empire. Then he go on and say the Canaanites, the Hamathites, the Amorites were who supported from hold on, let me get into some light. I'm trying to read in the dark too much. Yes. Hold on, I'm trying to go down to the part where the prophet explained to you. He say plain. He say Northwest Africa, they were the founders and are the true possessors of the present Moroccan Empire, with their Canaanite, Hamatite, and Amorite brethren who sojourned from the land of Canaan. He's talking about from the land of Canaan, which is over there in the east, seeking new
Canada.
home.
This is
He didn't say Canada, he said Canaan. He said Canaan, not Canada, Canaan, from the land of Canaan. Now, hold on, let's go away. Well, let me go down.
I'm saying, that's what I was saying earlier. Any more that can prove like this Moorish identity without any religious sources is going to be in a better position than the route you going, Michael, just with all due respect. Because, yeah, you know what I'm saying? A lot of folks...
No, hold on. Let me finish reading this, bro, so we'll get an understanding. It's their dominion, I'm about to land, their dominion and inhabitants extended from northeast and southwest Africa across the great Atlantic, even into the present North, South, and Central America, and also Mexico, as the brother said earlier when we first started, and the Atlantic Isles. He ain't say the prophet don't teach that this is Morocco.
But didn't you say that the land of Moab, and the land of Moab is in what we call Utah, Judah? I didn't know there was a land of Moab in Africa.
They got a city over here called Morocco. That don't mean that they're talking about the.
Don't they have a Mount Zion here in Colorado too?
Man, the prophet ain't
Utah
talking about
going
that.
into Arizona.
The prophet ain't talking about that. The prophet ain't talking about that. The prophet would have said this is Africa. He never said this is Africa.
But he said Northwest Africa.
Show the public where the prophet say that this is Morocco or this is Africa.
So beyond the prophet saying it, though, I agree, because it says in whole history that the Berbers are the people who were turned into the Moors.
But where's Maghreb at?
I read that too.
The Maghreb Al-Aqsa is here. The Maghreb Al-Aqsa.
you.
The Morocco of the furthest west.
Berbers are Northern African.
Let's talk about the prophet. Let's talk about the prophet and what he said.
It's not Africa.
I see Morocco. Like to cling to his literature.
But Moors come before Noble Drew Ali. So he can say whatever, but the Moors come way before him.
So
I'm not disputing that.
But can we talk about how Noble Drew Ali said he only brought us the half, since you got a lot of quotables?
Exactly. He said you knew Moors will sit you old Moors down.
Hold on. Since y'all say I got a lot of quotables, show where the prophet say that he only gave you half.
Because he said if I told you Moors everything, you fall back asleep.
Thank you. Not what he said. Show where the prophet said that.
I'll show you that.
I mean, you the one that's standing on what he's saying.
I'm reading from the Quran. I'm reading from what he wrote.
And I read you what he wrote too.
No.
If I gave you Moors everything, you'll fall right back to sleep.
Thank you. That's codified. That's codified. Science.
Show us where he said that. Show us where he said that.
Did you show us?
Where did he get it from?
Hold on. Let me show from here.
Can I jump in and say something?
You sure can, Abraham.
Let Abraham jump in, y'all.
I think what this guy's saying about building a nation is complete nonsense and craziness. I know black people in America. I know black people in America. They lack an identity and they want to be part of a group or part of a religion or whatever. I understand that.
But that's what the three-fifth human being is.
You would never
have a body, mind, and soul.
That's a political status.
Build a nation and get reparations.
Hold on. We don't
What landmass is black connected to? We not black. What landmass is black connected to? This is all basic stuff.
I think
we talking about.
Hold on, let's dissect what Abraham said. Let's dissect what Abraham said, because to me, it had a racial undertone. It had a real racial undertone to it. Abraham, explain yourself, Abraham. Go into that.
I said black people, they lack an identity, and they want to build an identity around anything, and that's why they create new prophets and new religions, because they lack an identity.
But we're not black. That's the whole
to build new religions and new
Who said we black? We never called ourselves black.
Let me get this one.
Political.
The Negro,
Abraham,
the Negro in America wants to be.
Abraham.
Yes.
We're not Negro either. We're Moroccans.
Hold on.
You're Moroccan? You're crazy if you're Moroccan.
Abraham.
I mean, I don't even get upset at that because I know what's up, bro. I can't even get mad because it's what the difference between me and you is the lack of information.
Hold on.
I know
So
you don't
you
know.
lack
It's all right because I
identity
didn't
and
know
you just want to
either.
be a part of
I didn't
anything
know
you
at one
find.
point either.
We need some decorum. We need some decorum.
Abraham, let me ask you a question. You there?
Yes.
Where are you from?
I am I'm from the Caucasus Mountains. I'm from Europe.
Well, he got that correct.
Man, dude just talking. That's somebody they put on there. Stop playing.
He better not be trolling, man, while we having this deep
That-
deal, man.
Yeah,
that's all he doing, Sanchez. That's all it is. That's all it is, man. That's all it is.
It's like, yo, bro, like, come on, I know you don't know.
What I'm saying is that black people in America.
Wait.
Hold
on.
Hey,
Hey,
if you from the Caucasus Mountains, if you say you from the Caucasus Mountains, you Caucasian from the Caucasus Mountains. This ain't even got nothing to do with you. Exit yourself there.
He might share the same blood type.
He just here for confusion.
He might got the same blood type.
Hold on. All I was saying.
Abraham said we don't
have
have
right. I'm giving.
All I'm saying is that you guys lack identity, and you create new religions and new.
No. That's what the three-fifth human being was.
So basically,
when they called a black man a three-fifth human being.
Off of the
let's deal with him.
All right, somebody bring him the smoke, man. Somebody one at a time bring him the smoke, though, man.
Hold on.
Let me get him.
Let me get him.
And let Abraham bring it home, man.
Yeah, let me get him. Let me get him. Abraham, you said that we don't have a nation, and you said we create all these other religions.
An identity because you were brought up to America. So you forgot where you came from. You forgot where you came from.
We ain't come from nowhere. We was already here.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. Stop arguing. Let me ask him a question. Okay, so if we lack identity, we don't know who we are. Do you know who we are? If you do, tell us.
Yeah, so genetically you are from West Africa.
Ooh, you know what's crazy, yo? This is crazy, bro. Cause you saying you're from the Caucasus Mountains, right, Abraham? And I'm from West Africa?
Yes.
All right. Now, according to what sources and who?
Genetic scientists.
And this the part where I start saying, and look, this is what I call Darwinism, eugenics, and racism. Because I'm going to tell you something, right? What he's trying to do is support, when he said we from West Africa and all that shit, bro, not all of us came over here on no ships, no transatlantic slave trade, dude. So it's still like Dane said, history told in reverse or some shit like that. But the whole smoke I got for it is you telling us who we is, but we ain't telling you who you is. And let you tell it. You know what I'm saying? We're West Africans, but then I will have to ask you, what's your proof on that? You say genetics, but that's a bunch of bullshit because the blood database that they using ain't big enough to make such a claim. And this is facts.
What about blood types then? The blood types.
That's fine.
Blood types.
Okay, let's say hypothetically you're not from West Africa, right? It doesn't matter. You still lack an identity.
From here.
And as a result of that, you create new religions and new cultures to make you guys feel good because you lack an identity. And that's why
some of us, you're right. Some of us, not all of us, though.
Stuff like that.
But if we're talking about, if we want to bring it back far enough, we're talking about, he's saying we from the west side, we saying we be from the west coast of Africa, right? If we bring it far back enough in history, he talking about Pangea, right? It broke off, everything broke off and it went in different directions. West Africa would technically be, quote unquote, America of today over here, right?
Hey, you can trace it with blood types. What's your blood
pull up
type?
1828 Noah Webster Dictionary and look up American.
Hold on. So y'all saying that Atlantic ain't exist as a land?
Say it again.
Y'all saying that Atlantis ain't exist as a land?
Atlantis
because
exists as a land?
our people crossed that land during ancient times.
Pull up the term
There's
American
definitely
on
some landmasses that
1828
are
dictionary for
undisputed right
Abraham.
now.
What we call America today.
I think y'all letting Abraham off the hook. Abraham, let me ask you a question.
Let's get Abraham, man.
You don't know nothing. There ain't even no point of
What do
dealing
you
with
know
him.
about the ancient? What do you know about the ancient Americans? Hold on, Abraham. I just want to ask you one question. Abraham, what do you know about the
There you go,
ancient Americans?
Sanchez.
Hold on. Okay, let me do Abraham real quick. Abraham, what do you know about the ancient Americans? That's all I want to know.
What do I know about them? I know
what
for
do
a
you
fact
know about
that
the ancient Americans?
I know for a fact that none of them were black. And
What does that say right there? What did that European say right there in the book?
You don't know shit.
What did Noah Webster say?
They were
What did Noah
Mongoloids
Webster
from
say?
Asia.
It said
They were
the
Mongoloids from
copper
Asia.
colored
That's all they
races on
were.
there.
No.
I could have sworn Noah said that we were copper colored races. That's where Americans were.
This brother don't know what
Let me do it.
The ancient Americans were
I got my dictionary
Mongoloid.
right here. I got my dictionary right here.
brother don't know what
I
he's
got my
talking
Black's Law dictionary right here. Let me read this to you. It says the American people are the original copper colored people, the indigenous people.
Various.
Period. Okay, do you know about that? See, because you talking hypotheticals here, man.
They was
You
Do you know what the copper?
Your
Do you know
name
what
is
color?
Abraham.
Do you know what color
They
copper
did not have
is?
to come here from
Do you know
another
what
land.
color
But we're not
copper
even
is?
Americans. We got to deal with that part too.
Yeah,
it's
we're your
multiple
master
layers.
teacher.
Like
Man,
we're
y'all
not
Do you know
Americans.
what
play
color
fucking
copper
games,
is?
Jumping all over the
That's
place.
We're your
their
master
system.
You
teacher,
know
Abraham.
what color
Abraham,
holler
always
at
remember
him.
this, Abraham. We're your master teacher. Never forget that.
Y'all niggas need
Answer
to
my
stop
question.
trying to play
What
word
color is
games,
copper?
man.
Yeah, that's
What
like
color
Wait,
is
wait,
copper?
wait,
that's
wait,
like
wait,
my
wait,
shit
wait,
for
wait,
real.
wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute,
Not
wait a
penny.
They
minute,
used to do
wait
the
a
penny
minute.
test on the
Okay,
slaves to see if they were lighter or
okay.
darker.
Soon as we prove that the
What
American
color is
color,
copper?
now he's saying, but what did American really mean though? But what is American? Like you can't keep doing that shit, moving the goalposts, bro.
Answer my question. What color is copper?
He got the American. He got.
Wait.
It's like a brownish color,
You're
bro.
asking, you don't know what copper is? See, this is my
Copper
thing.
is not black. Copper
We're
is
not
not
black people.
We not
You
black, bro.
bugging,
Like,
bro.
what are
But
you
you are
talking
black.
about, brother? This
Yeah,
nigga
I'm gonna show y'all what's crazy, right? You can't say black once we look it up on this thing here, and we go
I got
really
one.
go.
Can I do this real quick, Sanchez? I got
Yeah.
standard form 1A. I got standard form 181. If the Moors know what the Moors know, they know about the standard form 181. Let me read this. It says, black or African American, a person having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. American Indian, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of North and South America, Central America, and who maintains that affiliation or community attachment. Now,
Now, these are
if you
Europeans
know,
giving us
because
the
you talking
definition.
hypotheticals here. Abraham, you talking hypotheticals here.
Exactly.
You don't know nothing. What is your
This from
background?
your
What is your
people,
education?
Abraham.
You're not
Do
American.
you have
You're
any
West
degrees?
African slave.
Who
Okay?
told
From
you
your
that?
people.
And
You're a
look
West
here,
African slave. Get over it.
Who
this
told you that?
man said he's from the Caucasoid Mountains. Now, I want to ask you a question, right?
He's
Now,
asking us.
yeah, you from the Caucasoid Mountains. What gave your people the monopoly over telling everybody their history and who the fuck and where the fuck they from?
Because my people, we have the balls to actually write shit down and put it into a book.
I knew I can get you to say.
How to write?
I knew I could get you to say
You
some
know how to
more.
Who taught them
write?
how to read?
You cavemen know how to
pull it
write,
out
huh?
of him, Sanchez.
Who
That's
taught them
right,
how to write and
Sanchez.
read?
Pull it out
Let's
of
deal
him.
with that. Let's get to that.
Had the
You
balls.
saw that,
So
Madonna? I knew
everybody
I could.
works
I
shit.
knew I could pull out some old bias ass shit about him. Yeah.
Pull it out of him,
Like what?
Yeah.
That was ignorant. Like
You
that
obviously
dude don't
think
know
black
nothing.
people taught us how to write and read. You're wrong because black people in schools they
Stop
failed.
letting this guy.
We're not
Let's stop
black
letting this guy
Yeah,
get
he
us off
keep.
topic.
Yeah,
That's
he
niggas.
pushing
Let
that.
this guy get us off topic.
He
I want
Black
Bro, what are you
Stop
talking
letting this
about?
guy get us off topic, man.
Black people in schools, they can't read or write. I don't know what you're talking about.
Those that are defending, it's a Moors
with
up there
Abraham
now,
taught.
huh?
You can learn
The
something
more
with
and more,
in
I think about it,
Aramaic.
the Moors are coming up out of y'all. Y'all don't even know it. Y'all are Moors. Let Abraham finish speaking and watch the Moors come up out of y'all genetics. Imagine.
Why are we wasting our
Let's
time
get
with
it.
him? He's
Let that man speak.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie though. I gave Abraham a chance to speak, and I ain't gonna lie, we was going deep about this Moor shit, cause I don't agree with like everybody say the Moors is sellouts, right? I think a lot of brothers was coming with a lot of unique perspectives from the Moors that I ain't really heard. And I know we're gonna schedule some future debates and shit. If I don't think nobody gonna really reach out to me to debate to Hawker Bay for real. I don't think
I
y'all
will.
is.
I will.
But yeah, I definitely think that the debate should be
turn me down.
Yeah, it need to go along the lines of how can we put the title of sellout on the Moors legitimately? Can they wear that cause something like that, because like everybody know the Moors from being like in the circus and shit. What's that little monkey on the thing with the hat on and shit like that, cooning and fucking y'all. I think that done damage on how a lot of black folks view the Moors on some
That's
real
what the Europeans put out there, though. That's what the Europeans put out there. Just like this guy putting out information saying he's from the Caucasus Mountains, etc. All that is to derail us from the truth of reality of things.
Okay, see, that's why sellouts amongst us, though.
That's facts, Michael.
All sellouts amongst us, but the Moors as a collective are not a sellout group of people. There's plenty of bad apples amongst us, but you can't label the Moors as a collective as a sellout.
Do y'all know how much more statues go for on eBay? Have anybody ever looked that up?
Yes, the jewelry, all of that.
You know what I'm saying, King?
But look, I'm gonna tell y'all.
They wear the brooches
and that's right
on their jackets and all that.
That's right. Look, let me tell you something, man. I got a whole presentation that showed that the Moors was not only seafaring people; they had airships.
Yes, indeed, family. Yes, indeed.
And like blimps and shit. And guess what?
All that free energy, all that.
And so look, my thing, like my marvel with the Moors is it's because we talking about an ancient empire that rules shit. They was like the first Air Force, nigga, on some blimp war and all this type shit. I'm gonna show y'all. I did a stream on this, but the word Moor is also docking a blimp onto a building.
Fact.
So you know
law is attributed to the Moor. When you say law, that's land, air, water. That's
correct.
What the Moors was like the blimps, the land army, water army. They had all that shit controlled. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's not a people though. That's not a people.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you though what it is though. It's basically international trade laws, man. Because you gotta think when the world started being connected and it opened up with world trade, the more, you know what I'm saying, it needed to be regulated and governed, and people were part of the resources, human. So that's how I think the Moors got their hands dirty in that whole system.
Yeah, we control the whole barter
system. There was definitely sellouts involved. There was greedy Moors and backstabbing Moors and all of that. But it's not fair to label a whole group of people as a sellout based off of a few bad apples. Like we were our own worst enemy.
You sound crazy.
But the ideology, the reason of calling them a sellout is not because of the few bad apples. It's because of the things that y'all already know about the Moors. It's the idea that they brought amongst the native peoples and the indigenous people the modern way of living, like the law that we are being oppressed by today.
They never brought anything. They were ruthless barbaric people. They were ruthless barbaric.
We brought you up out of the cave.
A lot of what we going through right now is our own karma. A lot of what we going through
we
right
brought
now
you out the cave, Abraham, and taught you how to dress.
Don't even worry about Abraham. Abraham is a nobody. He knows nothing. He's here to just be
the Moors brought nothing but barbaric
I don't worry about
behavior.
Abraham.
Like
Abraham,
the Moors was only called barbarians
you got to come
because
with
they didn't
some.
follow Greek philosophy. That's why they was called barbarians. They didn't follow Greek philosophy. That's written in history. So
The
stop that,
Moors
Abraham.
didn't bring anything. They had no technology.
They
All they
weren't
did
called
was rape
barbarians
and
when they were
pillage.
Moors.
They
though.
raped and
All those
pillaged.
words,
That's all
all
they did.
those words.
They wasn't called barbarians when they was Moors. They were called barbarians when they were living out of Barbary, and their names were the Berbers.
Correct.
So when
You
really
guys
want to
sound
be a
like a bunch of
Moor,
crazy.
You know what, bro?
Why you on here for? Yo, hold up,
bro,
Abraham. Hold on.
I'm about
Yo,
to put
Abraham, why you on here? If we crazy,
barbarian.
if we don't know nothing, what you on here?
Because it's funny
What you
listening to
on
this
here for?
nonsense. It's funny
What you on here
listening to
for?
this nonsense. You
What you
crazy
listening to it
Moors
for? What you
were
on here for?
nothing but
Yeah, Abraham, bro. With the we gonna have to vote. We gonna have a vote, and if the people vote you out, man, we're gonna have to let you go, bro.
Send his ass packing.
Yeah, we might have
He
to
gone,
go.
man. I've been
That's racist, man. That's racist, man. Let that white man stay.
check him off.
I just want to know what you on here for.
Let that white man stay, man. That's racist, man. Let's get it, huh?
Man,
like I don't understand what your purpose. You're here.
Have some race pride.
Drop
Kick
till he
dudes
got the
off, man. The whole it's going somewhere it ain't even should be going to.
Could we
So
could we ask him why he's on here?
man.
Let's ask
Get him out the
Abraham,
way.
why are you on here? If we know nothing, if we are such a low level people according to you, why do you take time out of your evening? It's 12:41
because I'm sick and tired.
That's what the Europeans do.
So you sick and tired, so you come and listen to some shit that
Hold on.
Listen,
Because I'm tired.
if he give a troll answer, I'm gonna let him go. Go ahead.
I'm tired of seeing like this isn't just the only channel that does this, but I see a lot of African Americans. They come up with these fantasies and these ideas to make them feel good. You know, Moors, they invented so many things. No, they didn't. They didn't invent anything. They were pillaging. They were raping. They were disastrous. They were
Who was here first? Our people or your people?
Hold on. Who told you that
lying to
history?
yourselves.
Who told you that
Stop
history,
lying to
Abraham?
yourselves
That
and come
man
out of
been
your
affected by the Moors, man. Let that man speak, man. That man been affected.
Well, let Abraham talk.
Stop lying to yourselves and come out of your delusions. This is complete lies. You're lying to yourself with this nonsense.
So let me ask you something. What about your people? Do you have any good prideful moments in history that you can be proud of and respect? Or all of us just robbers and pirates and pillagers? Are you fair? Are we all robbers and pirates?
Every single race on this planet except the white race is barbaric.
Okay,
toxic,
I gotta let your ass go.
That's what they are.
Now I'm letting your ass
What do you
go.
mean by the
I
white race?
knew he
Who's the
was
white race?
trolling. I knew he was trolling. He's a fucking troll. He's a troll, man. He's a troll. I gave him the troll test and he failed and he wasted our time,
like 15
bro.
minutes.
Right. We didn't waste time, bro.
Waste all that time.
That was a goddamn big
time.
That's a white supremacist Moor there.
I don't
That's
care
a
about what no
Shriner.
Albion talking about.
That's a Shriner.
It's irrelevant
right there in live.
I knew his ass was
Hey,
trolling,
Coppertone
man.
up too.
Never
first in line,
again.
period.
That's a Shriner.
Ain't
man,
nothing
don't
come before us.
Kick me off for what? I
Well,
ain't did nothing.
Nah, my first gut was to go on just boot him anyway. He got about 10 extra minutes in.
Yeah, like why we playing with people like that? It doesn't make no
Right,
sense.
and
Entertainment.
That make no
Nobody. A
sense.
mosquito. Like, come on, man. Like, we really got to focus on the solutions at this point. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people are not familiar with what I'm.
He trying to get power to the pale skin nation,
Yeah,
man.
that shit is bullshit.
That's a Shriner, man.
I know a lot of people are not. I know a lot of people are not familiar with what I'm talking about, and I understand that. And we all passionate from our own like levels of understanding. What I'm saying is, like, I'm not really into debating, but I understand how we gotta hash certain things out as a people so that we can have an understanding, right? But I'm at a point now where I've been fortunate enough. The universe has lined it up for me because, Brother Sanchez, I've been listening to you for years, right?
Stop right there, bro. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. So I'm new on here. So you talking about a nation, right? You talking about a nation, right?
Yes.
Football team.
Okay, so I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Trell, what you say, Trell? Go ahead, Trell.
Hold
on, brother. Let me holler at you.
Associated with
Hold on,
Moors.
brother. Hold on, brother.
I want to ask this question, man. I've been on silent like for a long time. This isn't like
That's a lie.
I need to ask the head Moor in charge. Is the football teams associated with Moors? Is all sports teams? I've heard that. Could you break that down for us? Imagine.
I'm confused by your question, brother. If you was asking me,
is all football teams like the Buccaneers, the Vikings, the Raiders?
Well, yeah,
those are Moors.
Yeah, they are.
Have you ever?
I know what you're getting to. You talking about how the Moors had the same occupation and uniform as the Pirates, Buccaneers, Vikings, all of these folks. That's what I was saying earlier, man. But see, Tahaka was like everybody participated in pirating during the age of exploration is what my theory is, that this was like during what they say in the age of exploration with Columbus and them. It was basically they weren't just exploring the world. They was goddamn like pirating, going around.
Yeah, we was tearing their ass up. We was tearing up the Caucasian ass all over the globe. That's why they were looking for a place to set up. They have no land,
bro.
You wrong, bro. Just the Caucasians we were
telling
because
you glorifying it like it's okay though.
No, that's why we paying for the common now. We paying for that common now.
The more we got to remember,
you guys keep talking like these pale skins. You talking as if these pale skins had any type of
to the other people.
Y'all talking if these pale skins had any type of relevancy before the 1900s, which they didn't. They didn't exist. We melanated people. We circumnavigated this world. You know what I'm saying?
Before they even showed up.
Let me ask you a question. At one
Even
point in
if
time,
you okay, so if you're gonna believe that, then you gotta believe those atrocities was done to black communities, black nations before any white ones.
There's no such thing as black. We gotta stop.
Let me ask you a question.
Bro, you know what I'm talking about. Stop.
Let me ask you a question.
Games,
was
brother.
we all?
It's not a game.
Family?
The game is black. That's the game. That's the trick.
Question. Was we all one family?
Trying to play semantics and shit. Okay, melanated.
I like that.
No, we wasn't all one
barbarian
family.
Shit, yeah.
That one family shit is a myth. Everybody had diversity. Diversity is the name of the game. It wasn't never no point in time where it was no one anything.
You sitting here just basic on a physical form. You're not even connected. You know what I'm saying? If you just talking about that one family thing didn't exist, come on, man. Where you at? I mean, you gotta have some foundation, bro.
What you mean foundation? I'm saying when you say it was everybody one family, I'm saying diversity is a natural thing in nature. So how can everybody be one of the same thing? Then that would mean that incest is constantly going on.
You got any brothers and sisters?
Bruh, my brothers and sisters are my brothers and sisters, but my wife ain't my sister.
I ask you a question. Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Yes.
Okay. Now, at the end of the day, when y'all get big, y'all go out and create your own nation, right?
Okay, I got you.
Your own mind, right?
That don't got nothing to do with diversity, though.
What that got to do with diversity?
Because we all.
Wait. Who do I go out and create? Do I go out and create the nation with more family or different people?
Wife and your children. That's a nation.
Well, my wife got to be somebody different from my family, right?
Absolutely.
But okay, diversity. So that would mean diversity right there.
What's the diversity? Diversity is man and
that
woman.
My wife don't gotta look like me. My wife could be white, Chinese, Asian, Mexican, Italian, Swedish, Portuguese, Spanish, Puerto Rican, Jamaican, like whatever I choose to make a nation from.
You bonded with her, did you not?
Huh?
Did you bond with her? Did you bond with her and create a family, a nation? Did you not?
That's what happened.
That's what I'm saying. And we separated it out. And we
diversity.
Everybody had their own mind. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had their
But y'all you was just trying to say that white people ain't exist till the late 1900s.
Heard that right? Exactly.
Yeah, man, it's different types of blood types makes different types of men, strands of man.
Man, I don't believe that shit. Niggas is out here testing blood and like the same way that they tell you that they
come in.
Same way they tell you that they giving up bones and finding that shit millions of years. They giving you the blood.
There's no such thing as a black man. There's no such thing as a white man. Period.
Correct.
Yeah. You can't connect yourself to a people. You have nothing.
That's meaning that is different types of men.
That's the Moorish shit.
Connect yourself to a people. You have nothing.
But listen, man, Moors that's on that whole black and white status shit, that's the knowledge that made me get levitate to Moors. But I don't really show no, like the whole thing about trying to make a pirate into, here go the problem what's happening. There's no landmass we can associate any pirate to. They are all called seafaring people. So like the word Egyptian got the word gypsy in it. If you look at the word Jew, you could do the etymology of that to trace it to the same thing. Moors don't like to admit now. When we talk about Spain, the Ottoman Empire and all that, in my opinion, based on my research, that really don't have no big connection to Moors per se. A lot of people like to say the word Moor go back to the word Lemuria, which is a water city that was sunken, Atlantis and shit like that. But the whole thing I'm saying about the word Moor is that if people don't want to look at the verb that it is, it's about you docking something onto, the Moors, by the etymology of the word, are a parasitical group of people. Like that's what a mosquito do. It docks onto you. That's what mooring is. Like if a pirate ship see your ship, they will fucking speed up next to your ship, throw the damn claws on your shit, dock onto your shit. Next thing you know, they get aboard. Once they get aboard, that's how and that's what the whole thing about. Yeah.
But hold on real quick.
Whoa. They showed you the Moors in the 80s. The fucking A teams are mercenaries of war, huh? That's the pirates. That's the Moors, huh? Pirateers, mercenaries of war, huh? Pirates.
Brother Sanchez, to go
that's
on
not
your
how the
point,
Europeans see
Brother
us.
Sanchez, when you said your point, that point that you were just talking about, right? Brother Sanchez, that point that you were just talking about in terms of being a seafaring people, to be a seafaring people, where did they cast their ship from? You had to cast your ship from some type of land. They ain't build their ship on the water. You know what I'm saying? So they had to come from some land. You know what I'm saying?
It came from a caste system. Look. Okay, you say caste, India. Isn't where India was the caste system?
Yes,
the
that's what we got black and white today
system.
over here.
This was India.
Black,
too.
white, Indian, African American, those are all what they call misnomers, right?
So B.A. Baracus in the A team was a Moor, but just a American Indian, right? Right? Let's get it, huh?
No, we're not American Indians. America is a jurisdiction, and India or Indian is a classification within their jurisdiction. We got to talk about the law specifically. History is extremely important about what we're talking about. Well, I'm not going to diminish the history because we need to know what happened, right? But the remedy and the solutions come through the law and more specifically jurisdiction. And to have jurisdiction, you have to have certain things in place. Now, what do you?
Whoa. Okay.
So why you got to create your nation?
Came to me. Is Moors associated to harem?
Yes.
Harems. Do you know
harems?
About harems?
Yeah, we did all that bad shit. We did all that bad shit. We were doing some fucked up shit out there. Yeah.
Harlem.
Yeah.
So
but at the end of the day,
Renaissance is the Zionist revolution that the Moors established. The Harlem Renaissance.
Yeah, because we brought them out of the Dark Ages.
I want to just talk about a specific point.
It's no Moors. It's Shriners. I'm in Tampa.
There will be no Renaissance without the Moors. They will still be in the Dark Ages.
I seen Shriners.
So why they feds say Islam across the top? Why they feds say Islam across the top?
Why you gotta create your own nation? You already a people. The Moors are already a people. Why you gotta create their own nation?
Quran.
Wait, somebody said about a nation. Who said that? Who said that?
To a fake Quran. So why don't the Moors have an all-children hospital like the Shriners have here in Tampa and Chicago, other places?
Because there's certain things you can't do without a governmental structure.
Yeah, look, hold up. Look. I don't want to get them Moors to smoke like what that brother doing. Like we asking too much of them for real. I want to be fair, right? I was just saying that.
Out there, though, brother.
Look,
hold up. Out there about a nation. I was just asking the question.
You talking about me? Talking about smoke? I ain't worried about smoke. I smoke in real life. Like I ain't.
No,
I mean, like I can answer the question.
No
Like,
smoke, brother.
and if I
Why the
don't know, I
Moors
say I
don't
don't
have
know.
a children's hospital for the
the
black
brother
children
bringing up
then? Huh?
what the brother's
Why the
asking is
Moors don't
not
have
too
a
much
hospital?
relevant to the history of the conversation.
Somewhere.
Why
I'm
the
gonna get
Moors
somewhere.
don't have a?
I'm gonna get somewhere after he answered this question because he did
Okay,
say.
come on,
That's
come on,
why I
man. Let's
jumped
get
on.
it. Let's
That's
get
why
it.
I jumped on because I want to ask him. He said nobody knows what I'm talking about, and I'm telling him I know exactly what you're talking about. And you're saying that we got to create our own nation, our own government, all these other things in order for us to get somewhere. I'm an educator, brother. I'm right there with you. So
Yes, that's the other half Noble Drew Ali was talking about, that he had to represent in a codified way because the mental capacity of our people back then, they couldn't handle that. So now, you know, the quote unquote new Moors, people like that are, you know, our age or whatever, you know, I'm damn near 40, you know what I'm saying? Like that, we the ones that's gonna usher in this change.
I'm a grandpa, Paul, man.
Okay.
So you don't
I'm
believe that this is our government, that this is our nation?
No,
It's not a government, it's a corporation.
How we suffering in our own government and this is our government? That makes no sense, my brother.
It hasn't been a government since 1861.
That's what I was going to ask you. This is my next question, brother.
I'm asking.
And the other brother said, and the other brother
I feel
said,
nothing's more important than the health, but the Moors don't have a hospital like the white boys got. So
Nobody has a
where
hospital like the white boys
You know
got.
what? You know
why
what?
not?
I don't think that's a good little argument to make, bro. Stop. Let somebody else. Because look, man, we can't be asking them why they ain't got hospitals and stuff. That ain't really a fair argument to make.
Well, the white Shriners got it, but you in an area where in the Shriners or Moors?
I'm
gonna address that.
Whatever you claim yourself to be, you ain't got no hospital. You ain't got no school.
Right, we can't.
Shit, the Moors were supposed to be all this and that, but
you saying that, but you ain't got it.
I don't see no Moors.
All
I'm in
that
the
shit,
South.
that's our shit.
I have never seen a Moor. I done seen Shriners.
Yeah,
there ain't
but
no
brother,
fucking Moors down
but you
here.
know what,
So,
bro? I ain't gonna even cap. I don't think you doing a good job comparing them to.
I'm never doing a good job over here. So I'm asking
but look, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Here, real quick, why, man? Because of the Shriners connected to, like, these are two, you comparing apples to oranges, if you ask me. Even though
they got a Fez. No. The Fez is the fruit.
I know they connected. Listen,
the
brother.
Fez is
you don't even know what the Fez stands for.
Brother, even the Nation of Islam where the Fez, and they all are Shriners organizations. I understand that. Only thing I'm telling you is this right here. They all ain't got the same funding and power. If you think that, you crazy. And also, a lot of Moorish groups ain't up under the Circle 7. And a lot of Moorish groups got their own. It's different things that you just can't, you got to know. Just like I wanted to ask these brothers, what separates like Circle 7 Moors from other Moors, or mostly all Moors under the Circle 7? Because look, not all Moors subscribe to the Quran, right? Or they do, or they don't. See, these are questions I want to ask, because when you group them all to the Quran or group them all to the Circle 7 or whatever like that, every Moor gonna get the smoke that you got for like certain shit.
Because respectfully, all of those different organizations have a religious undertone, respectfully. Like, that's really what it comes from. So that's why there's all these differences, and one subscribes to one book, another subscribes to another book. It's because it has a religious undertone.
Right, man. But the whole smoke too about the Moors being connected with the Shriners, because when the Shriners have their parades, you do see the white Fez hats with the black guys. I know what smoke he giving you. I've seen the videos. I made collages of it. But
it's a mockery of our people.
Yeah, I think that, see, this what I heard Tahaka say this before. He said, hey man, the Moors been infiltrated like everybody else.
Correct.
That's facts right there.
So what you think about I was gonna ask one of the
Fez is very important.
What would y'all say about when they used to say Menez had on a fez? Is that true?
Yeah, man. You know the cup that Serappers wear, the cup, that's the form of the fez.
See, and that's why
Yeah,
they
I wanted to
deprecate
see,
the fez by putting
if the
stuff
Moors
on.
agree with that, because I remember years ago somebody brought that out. I can't remember who
See, the
did.
fez represents the woman. The tassel represents the navel that the baby has coming out the mom.
Mm-hmm.
The fez also has 360 circles on top of it, separated by a cross, and 90 circles in each section representing the 4 seasons, 360 degrees of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get even deeper with the fez, it also represents the flat earth and the firmament.
And what's that? Science.
Exactly.
And look, and just to show the whole flat earth part of it, right? The whole tassel and the way that the fez shape, right? Let me show you this real quick. When you look at the flat earth, you got
that's
this,
what the top of the fez looks like.
Right. This here you go, the tassel right here, the North Pole, this striped line right here. And this,
and on top of the tassel, it's spread out just like that with the X.
And look, and then it falls down just like the tassel, and all of those little stripes at the end of the tassel is supposed to be representing these ley lines, and it works its way all the way around in a 360.
See, the Shriners
that, just like the
Shriners and the secret societies have to tie their tassels down because their knowledge is locked. Whereas the Moors tassels are able to flow 360 because we have 360 degrees of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So our knowledge is now locked down. See, that's why you have 33-degree Masons, 32nd degree Masons. All those degrees are certain different knowledges that you get. And every time you reach a different degree, your tassel turns around the fez. And see, they desecrate the fez by putting Islam or diamonds or jewels on it, because the fez also represents the black woman. So by desecrating the fez, they're desecrating the black woman by making the black women more independent from us, wanting to kill their babies, having abortions, ruining the black family. And that's what the whole desecrating the fez is basically disrespecting the Moors.
So who would you say is
let me show you something real quick, guys. Here's what the fez mean on a spiritual level, right? And what it means is the crown chakra. If you look at this right here, it shows you above the head of man and woman is a fez with the tassels hanging down. You see it?
Facts.
This is your graduation cap and all that. Now, when we rise up to see, there's a dimension to our being that ain't got shit to do with our body, y'all. And I'm gonna show you something right there. That part of us, right? It's called a crown chakra, and that's the only chakra that's outside of the body. This is the God knowledge right here. This is what Islam and all that's supposed to be. This, see, is the shit is beyond the body, and the whole thing is this crown chakra up here. It's the only one outside of the body. But see, this right here became the way we wrap our heads. Like if you look at the Stonehenge, they got on that Russian, if you look at the Russian Jews hat, it looked like a big ass wreath on their head. This shit right here, this a form of the fez too. See, but what all that is right there, that's
imitation.
That's the halo that Jesus wearing when they said Jesus got the crown of thorns. But see, if you look at the Stonehenge statues, this is what they wearing. The whole thing is everybody knew about this science right here, this vortex around the body. And I think we turned it into our spiritual uniform into our physical uniform. We did as within, so without. So this literally what we look like on a spiritual level. So we started mimicking it on a physical level. Incorporate this into, that's my little interpretation. Or you guys
they took us out of Christ consciousness.
That's all science.
So Amir, let me ask you a question. Who would you say is credited, or any of the Moore brothers can answer this, with coming up with the fez?
I mean, it's just like what Brother Sanchez just said. Like, It's just a physical representation of it. This is ancient knowledge. This is nothing new. This is, this
right,
is.
I understand. No, I didn't know if there was something inside of what y'all research or what y'all studied that pointed like this person such and such came up with the fez.
No.
If there was something like that.
No, this is ancient headdress.
Yeah, it's
this
very
is ancient headdress. This
Right,
is
I
what Ruth
understand it's ancient,
Moabitis
but I
was
didn't know if
wearing
it
back
was
in the day.
accredited. I didn't know if it was accredited to a person or something. That's all I wondered.
But I wanted to talk about like what I was saying in terms of what the remedy is in creating nations and states, right? So what do the people, the listeners, think that the United States of America, when it was established, what it was like? It came, there was already an existing empire on this landmass before the United States of America came to be. So we know that the United States of America is a nation, right? Is a system. Like, why is it so far-fetched for our people to know that we can create our own nation? When I talk about nationhood, statehood, people like looking at me like I'm crazy. Like they didn't come over here fleeing from Great Britain and do exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Derek. Did you just say the United States of America is a nation?
That's what they were allowed to come up over here and set up business under.
It was set up as a corporation.
It was set up as a corporation.
The United States is the subsidiary of the United States of America. Let's get that clear. I'm not going to even misconstrue that. The United States of America was their charter.
Supposed to operate by the water. They were supposed to operate by the water. New Orleans, all the different places where there were docks at. The indigenous people did not let them come into the interior. Period.
That's what the 13 colonies were for.
Brother.
Correct, which turned into the United States of America, which then in turn turned into the United States, which we experience in today. Everything that we experience today is the United States.
So you would say that the treaties precede the United States of America, right?
The treaties are what the United States of America agreed to do business with our people here. So yes, the treaties not preceded, but say it again.
The Moors are the ones that came over here. The Moors that came over here. The Moors.
We were already here. We were already here.
No, you was
the
not.
Washington Moors are the oldest tribe on this land.
We were already here.
That's a lie.
Let's talk about Pangea. Let's talk about Pangea, right? Because I think Brother Sanchez at a point in time spoke about Pangea, right? That's when it was all one landmass.
Y'all got this complex.
Yeah, I got my own. See, I got my own concept of Pangea. I don't think that the continents was ever stuck together. I'm gonna go into it. Listen, I tell you what we're gonna do though, because right now I got a lot going on, and I got to get ready to get out of here. I was gonna go longer, but I like this bill right here, so this what I'm gonna do. If I'm gonna go live tomorrow, I'm gonna continue this bill, but I want to definitely. I might put Pangea in the title. Y'all want to fuck with that? Because look.
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's do Pangea, and then let's talk about the treaty too, of the Moroccan treaty, and did they honored it, and what happened with that and shit and all like that. I'm gonna write all these down, man, and we're gonna come back and revisit these tomorrow if y'all want to build with me on
It'll be the Treaty
of
Peace and Friendship of Morocco, 1787.
And that's just one of them.
Yeah, it's one of the 12.
Before that. There were treaties.
Yeah, well, I thought America wanted to be cut off from England, so it orchestrated its own constitution, created by the people.
And you got England and you got Britain.
But we never were.
But Morocco gave them their first charter.
And that's Morocco over here. The Maghreb Al-Aqsa. Trust me. I've said that to some Arab niggas, and them niggas was
you're talking about you're using a language. You're using a language that is young. There was more languages way before that, man.
Listen,
that's what I'm saying. You got a mistranslation. You got mistranslation. You guys were talking about the barbarians.
So what's the proper translation?
You guys were talking about the barbarians. So you telling me that your barber? So you telling me that your barber that cut your hair is a barbarian? I mean, come on, man.
No, bro.
Come on, man.
Because wait a minute. Hey, this is
I don't do the misdirection. I don't like misdirection.
Yes, it is. Hold on, no. Wait.
Y'all the serpent.
One mic. Like Derek said, that's a misdirection. That's just kind of that ain't fact. Yeah.
I got a quick question. Like, by them saying that the contract is Morocco, but the Morocco they speaking of is Morocco here. You know what I mean? Like you asserting that the Morocco is speaking of is America. So America is Morocco, but America is signing a treaty to establish itself as something else. That's the concept where I kind of get lost. Like, if Morocco is the one that's recognizing America, wouldn't that just be you signing a treaty with yourself? If you saying that Morocco is the thing, so who are they? Who is the ones that where's the separation of the business coming in? Like, who are the ones that we keep saying is the they? That's what I'm saying.
So the Albion, the Caucasian, right?
The
The Albion, the Caucasian, the European, the quote-unquote white man.
Wait, no, I'm saying, now, we just saying that all the Albions, just white people, came over and we chose to do business with them?
We gave them refuge from getting their ass torn up in
By
Great
who?
Britain.
The Moors, right?
Yes.
Yes, the Moors used to protect the European Christians in Europe.
Wait. You said we gave them refuge from the Moors while at the same time saying we the Moors.
No, we didn't give them refuge from the Moors. We gave them refuge from the other European.
So the
Moors
talking to one person.
He just said,
the original Europeans look like us, right? Y'all know that, right? Or not?
Wait,
this black
Europe. No, listen, bro. The original. Wait, listen. I'm saying this.
What do they mean by
wait. This is one thing you got to understand. When dealing with somebody, and I'm only gonna speak for myself, I don't never assert that the original people look like I'm coming from a diversity aspect. So anywhere you go on the planet, you see diversity. Whether it's a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that, but
before it
never
became diverse, who came first? Before it came diverse, who was
you don't know?
first?
You don't know that.
I'm asking you because you don't know either. I'm asking you.
Before it became diverse is something nobody can ascertain because
But it's easy to say that though.
No, it ain't.
It had to be some. It had to be an original scene.
No, it don't got to be an original. Diversity is the beginning
What's
of
the
everything.
understanding of a maxim?
Diversity is the beginning of everything, but we ain't got to go that deep off into diversity because that's
it's not deep.
What's the understanding of a maxim?
I'm just trying to get again another term that you got to.
Yeah, what they mean by that?
Wait, Madon. Even if you throw the term of maxim out of there, when you dealing with what they talking about, you gotta find that in a
lot of Moors use. I just
you
didn't
gotta
understand.
even know I'm saying this. I've heard a lot of Moors use that term, and I'm saying that if you using that term, then you giving us contracts where that term ain't found. That's still kind of misleading, ain't it?
It's found in the Library of Congress.
What did they mean by
now, is it found in the Library of Congress as far as pertaining to that Treaty of Peace and Freedom or whatever it's called?
With that contract.
Hey, y'all. Hey, look. What they mean by a maxim?
No, listen. The treaty was with
Morocco. Sign up, man. Saying tomorrow.
The treaty is with Morocco, not America.
Tomorrow.
Guess what, y'all? Hey, hold on. Let me let y'all know something before I get out of here. This what's on the card for the round table tomorrow. Moroccan treaties, Pangaea, Fez origins. I wanted to know where the Circle 7 come from, so I threw that one on there. And then,
7 continents, the 7 seas, you know.
And whatever y'all want to throw on here too. We're gonna start early. But yeah.
Around what time, brother?
I'm gonna set a schedule for, let's do that joint for like 2 or 3 Pacific time, my time. 2, 3, my time. It's gonna be for like 2. So if you on the East, that's gonna be like 4
3 hours back.
5,
That's like 11. 12.
No, they 3 hours ahead. So if it's 2 my time, it's gonna be
6 o'clock.
Yeah, about 4 their time, 5.
Oh,
5
damn.
o'clock. Yeah.
I forgot you on the Pacific.
Cool, and then we're gonna get it in, man. We're gonna get this motherfucker in. Oh, and if anybody email me, we set up the debate with the Grand Sheik that's going out on the Bro Sanchez TV.
Yeah, I emailed you, family.
Yeah, that's gonna go on a big page if he get with me. We're gonna get both of y'all on the call. But yeah, salutes to the Moors. Thank y'all for showing up for the fucking round tables. We got some Moors in the house and it's going down now for the next couple of shows and shit because I got plenty questions as long as y'all gonna join. So I want to say
shout out
thank
to
y'all.
all the Moors.
Yeah.
Shout out to that nigga, the Great Tiger from Mike Tyson Punch Out. If y'all don't know, that nigga was one of the original Moors, the Great Tigers. Shout out to him.
Yeah,
Salute, Sanchez.
We got to have a salutes. We got to have a Taj Bay joint too. You know what I'm saying?
I try to hit him up and see what he say.
Ah, that'll be dope, yo. I ain't gonna lie, that'll be dope. But we locked in for tomorrow, y'all, at that time. And yeah, y'all be safe. I appreciate the bill. Peace and love to y'all, brothers.
All right,
No
Honor
doubt.
Sanchez, bro, for having me on, man.
That's on your show, bro, Sanchez.
Hey, much love.
Salute.
Hey, thank y'all all for joining in. And as always, I appreciate y'all's support. Y'all are awesome, the best followers to have, I would say. No cap, though. I appreciate my people, man. I fuck with y'all. And I want to say peace and much love to everybody, and much love to everybody that support the show.